Uh, what's cracking? Mm. Um. Yeah, man. It's cracking. Hit the like button, man. Hit the like button. We about to get into it, man. Okay? We about to get it cracking, you hear me? Um, shout out to Hot Blazy in the building.
Dr. Umar says that he's been in Dr. Umar says that he's been in contact with eyewitnesses that were actually there that day at that track meet and said that it wasn't just Austin who was interacting and trying to physically move Karmelo Anthony, but it was his brother as well, that they tried to jump him. He said he was told this by somebody who was there. Now, I'm going to play you guys the clip of what he had to say, but I also want you guys to think back to when Karmelo Anthony's mom spoke at that press conference. She was very intentional in saying that whatever you think happened between my son and the Metcalf boys, I think that was intentional. She didn't say what happened between my son and Austin Metcalf. She said the Metcalf boys.
Both brothers tried to jump Karmelo. Both brothers tried to jump Karmelo. This was not a one-on-one fight. It was 2-on-1, but Austin doesn't want to tell the truth because if he tells the truth, Art, that helps Karmelo to establish his right to stand his ground.
And if you really pay attention to Hunter's interviews, he definitely does his best to try to minimize and make it seem like they were not both interacting or trying to physically remove Karmelo. It's always just one at a time. And I think he's being disingenuous, which is why he kind of talks around his words a lot. But it was clear to me from his interviews that they both were involved, because if you listen to Hunter, Hunter said that, you know, when he was interacting with Karmelo Anthony, he said, my brother, being the type of guy that he was, always having my back. What does that mean, that he's always having your back? So what actually happened here? And I'm just really surprised that, again, no video footage has came out. But it's like the more information that we get, it's like it's going to be a clear-cut situation that these two guys are not this devout, born-again Christian boys like his father tried to let on, right? These were two bullies.
Karmelo Anthony is 160 pounds. Rest in peace. Hunter is 225-pound football player. Hunter is nearly 60, 70 pounds heavier than Karmelo by himself. But he was not by himself, Art. Hunter was with his brother Austin. Austin is around Hunter's size as well. So what you have in this situation, Art, is a 160-pound skinny black boy minding his business. And here comes two racist white boys who decide that they're going to remove this black boy from their tent with force. So you got to ask yourself something, Art. If I'm a 160-pound black boy, two white boys in racist Texas, both of whom are 60 to 70 pounds heavier than me, they come to accost me physically, knock my phone out my hand, try to grab my bag, try to throw me out. The media is making you think it's only one. But guess what, Art? I've been text messaged by eyewitnesses. I have received text messages from eyewitnesses. And you know what they told me, Art? They said both brothers tried to jump Karmelo. Both brothers tried to jump Karmelo. This was not a one-on-one fight. It was 2-on-1, but Austin doesn't want to tell the truth because if he tells the truth, Art, that helps Karmelo to establish.
Every time something wild happens in relation to Black people, we always got to go live on TikTok or Instagram and debate about it. Why? And more specifically, why are we giving a platform to white voices about these topics? Let's stop. Let's stop doing that. For good. Let's stop. There's no need for that. This Karmelo Anthony situation, I feel like y'all are just using it as a springboard for debate. This is somebody's real life. Somebody did die, and somebody ended up taking somebody's life. That changes your life forever. This kid's life has changed forever. The family whose son died, their life has changed forever, and y'all are just using it as a springboard for debate. Why do you want to hear the opinion of white people? Why are you giving them a platform and a voice? For what? Their life has changed forever, and y'all are just using it as a springboard for debate. Why do you want to hear the opinion of white people? Why are you giving them a platform and a voice? For what? Why do you want to hear the opinion of white people? Why are you giving them a platform and a voice? For what? Why do you want to hear the opinion of white people? Why are you giving them a platform and a voice? For what? Because the people who want to debate you on this topic do not think that Black people, they don't think that our lives matter. They do not think that we matter. If the roles were reversed, they would not care. They would not be going on TikTok live to debate whether or not a white boy should get penalized for self-defense. They would not care as much at all. They want to set a precedent. They want to make an example out of Karmelo Anthony, just like they wanted to make an example out of us in the past by lynching us. And y'all are giving them a fucking platform to discuss this topic. You know how they feel. Why are you letting them up in the panel? Why? For what? Why are you even talking about it on TikTok Live? For what? You can't sway the result. You're not a lawyer. You're not Karmelo's you're not Karmelo's lawyer. You're not a part of the jury. You have no say. So what is you debating about it on TikTok ever gonna do? And what is you debating blatant racists on TikTok ever gonna do? I'm confused. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your breath. I'm not interested in convincing people who have been raised to hate us for no reason. I'm not interested in educating them or hearing them. Your breath. I'm not interested in convincing people who have been raised to hate us for no reason. I'm not interested in convincing people who have been raised to hate us for no reason. I'm not interested in educating them or hearing them. I don't care what they think. There is no circumstance where they will think that a white life should be taken by a Black person. There's no circumstance. It doesn't matter if it was self-defense. They would have rather Karmelo died. They would have rather him been jumped by those twins and just died. That's what they would have rather have seen. And they wouldn't be on TikTok Live about it if that's what ended up happening. They don't even believe that we should defend ourselves against white people. They don't believe that. And y'all are on TikTok Live about it, wasting your time. That's just stupid. Can we please stop doing this? You know what white people are gonna say. And yet you continue to platform them. You're wasting time. You're setting us back. There are more important things to focus on than that. You shouldn't care what they think. They can't control the verdict either. So you're all wasting your time. But particularly, you're wasting your time trying to convince white people to appreciate our value. I don't give a fuck what they appreciate. I don't care. Let's move on and focus on us, protecting us.
Some people are not going to want to hear this next clip, but if you look at it and put it in perspective, Karmelo Anthony may be deemed a hero in all of this. Listen to this next clip but if you look at it and put it in perspective, Karmelo Anthony may be deemed a hero in all of this. Listen to this next clip.
What's happening, man? Karmelo the hero. Karmelo the hero. Oh, man. I swear, man. I swear. I swear. I'm telling you, man. I swear.
A Collin County family says there is now a sense of peace after the woman who gave their son fentanyl was convicted of murder. It's the first conviction in Collin County under a new law aimed at targeting the people who deal the highly potent drug. Fox 4's Peyton Yeager reports.
This McKinney mother has been following this case, and she's been waiting for this week, a conviction. Now this case could set precedent in Collin County as the DA's office continues to work more fentanyl murder cases.
And my husband went to go check on him and found him. We thought he was asleep, but he wasn't. So, yeah, that was the worst day for sure.
September 18th, 2023, Lindsay Poltz's son, Mitchell, was found dead from a fentanyl overdose. The 17-year-old McKinney High School student had a passion for sports, but behind the curtain, Mitchell was struggling with a drug addiction.
To be honest, we didn't know what to do. We didn't know where to go. We didn't know how to get help.
From counseling to inpatient facilities and outpatient facilities, the Poltzes tried to help. One day, Mitchell contacted 20-year-old Sienna Armour through Instagram and purchased what ended up being a lethal dose of fentanyl. Armour was later arrested and charged with murder.
The stress has stopped. The constantly checking the status of the case has stopped.
This week, Lindsay Poltz walked out of the Collin County Courthouse with a sense of peace. Armour pleaded guilty to murder, the first fentanyl murder conviction in Collin County under the new state law. Prosecutors can pursue the charge of murder when someone dies as a result of fentanyl distribution. Armour was sentenced to 25 years in prison. Poltz admits she hoped for more time, but the plea deal does remove some uncertainty.
We didn't have to deal with a trial. We didn't have to deal with appeals or this being the first case. How is the jury even gonna look at it or think about it?
Instead, one of the last things Armour heard before her time started was Pultz's impact statement in the courtroom. Pultz tells Fox 4 over the last year, the tone in her script changed from anger to showing more grace, hoping instead Mitchell's 17 years of life will be remembered.
Shame on you, you demon sister, for giving that white angel that fentanyl, man. You clipped that white angel's wings with that magic dust. You demon.
Police documents from last month's shooting at Wilmer Hutchins High School confirm what prosecutors previously revealed in a court hearing, that there were 5 victims.
So the documents reveal a teacher was in fact grazed by a bullet flying through her glasses, narrowly missing an eye. That teacher in a GoFundMe post said her vision was affected, and the police documents now painting a clear picture of what happened in the aftermath of the shooting. Fox 4's Casey Stegall live in Dallas with an update. Casey.
Yeah, guys, good evening. It's been a little more than 2 weeks now since those gunshots rang out inside Wilmer Hutchins High School. And tonight we're learning more information about a teacher who was hurt. And
everyone hit the like button, man. Hit the like button, man. Smash that like button, man. Smash that like button right now, man. Everybody, every single one of you, take the second right now to hit the like button. Everyone. Take a second right now to hit the like button. I'm about to drop the link. Everyone, and I need everyone to hit the like button. I need all of y'all to hit the like button right this second. Now! Every single one of you, hit that freaking like button right now. Sebastian Kim, he says, when I was 10, I watched about 15 Sun teens beat a glider to near death just because they wanted to engage in violence for fun. No accusations of N-word being uttered. They all bragged about their violent outbursts. This was 2010. Yeah, I've been jumped for fun too. Hell yeah. It happened to sons too, man. A lot of the violence happens to us, man. I believe it, man. Sons traumatize you, man. Sons traumatize you.
I knew they were going to do this. I knew they were going to do this, y'all. I knew they were going to do this. And it's taking everything in me not to go crazy right now. This woman right here called a 5-year-old black autistic little boy the N-word and said that that it was justified because he was acting like one. Oh, Rochester. I'm just going to let y'all know there has been over $250,000 that have raised to give her money after she called a black autistic child the N-word. I knew they were.
You said $250,000? Hold on, sister. Let me check that, man. Because you know, sisters don't be knowing what they talking about. Press 1, as we can see from those Karmelo Anthony videos. Sisters don't be knowing what they talking about. Let me check to see if this sister's stats are right, man. She said $250,000, man. Let me see how much this white Nordic angel has raised, man. I knew it. You can never trust these sisters, man. You would never trust these sisters, man. They'll never know what the hell they talking about, man. These damn sisters don't know what the hell they talking about. DG said I gave her $25 a day. Well, you got to match that with the channel, man. Whatever you gave to her, you need to give to this channel, man. Hell with that, man. How you gonna come here and tell me you gave this white angel a donation and you've never given this channel a donation? Unless that's DG, unless that's Doug Ginter, man. Unless that's Douglas Ginter, man. I don't know, man. But I ain't seen no DG in here in a while, man. That gotta be he got a wrench. That might be Doug DG. He said stay awake. Okay. Yeah, but this white angel, man, this is Rosa. They call her Rosa Perks. Rosa Perks. Joan of Park. That's what I'm gonna call her, Joan of Parks. Joan of Park. Joan of Park, man. She says she got 471,000. Yeah, man. Look at that, man. Let's see. All right, we're gonna check out the comments, man. Let me drop the link, man. Joan of Park. She done came up. What making it happen? I'm standing on the corner to possibly go on platinum. But when we roll, I used to ready to ride. I be ready to ride, and I be ready to die. We came up. What? Making it happen. She up, man. Shout out to Joan of Park, man. She said, fuck this shit, man. These white men ain't doing shit about this shit. These white men ain't doing nothing about it, man. I'll handle it. What's cracking, man?
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, man. I'm wonderful, man.
Joan of Park is hilarious.
Yeah, man. Joan of Park, man. She said, fuck this shit, man. It stops here, man. We fighting back against this shit, man.
Yo.
What's cracking?
Yeah, I'm doing good, but not as good as Shiloh.
Hey, Shiloh, man. Shy Beezy, man.
She had a good week.
Last night we left. Was it? It wasn't 300,000 when we left last night.
It was 206,
250 or something. When we was
it was something
like 250.
Yeah, it was something like that. And then now, whew, look at that, man.
Yo, now you know what you gotta do in eight ways. You wanna get that money, you gotta call a little 5-year-old kid to somewhere.
We're free at last. Savior of the white race has come.
I'm telling you, man.
The world is healing.
It's damn impressive.
I know, man.
Maybe with that $1 million, she could get a real nice set of Crusader armor.
Damn,
yo, how much Starbucks can she buy with $1 million?
Quite a lot of
lenties,
gay drinks at Starbucks, I'm pretty sure.
Let's see this, man. Let's see.
Didn't
what
do
we got
nothing
here.
Stop her.
Negro Damas Retardicus gave $50. God, Negro Damas Retardicus. God.
Here's a question: man. Is this comment section more racist than Karmelo's comment section?
less violent, but the act during the Carmelo Anthony was a violent act. So I'll give the blacks a little, disclaimer there, a little caveat there. But they more talking about like death to Whitey. These are just like barbs and funny shit,
Yeah, but Ak, you have to understand this white heart that has been left by these people is more racist than Austin deserved it and other things. These hearts with no comments are the most racist things ever.
Yep. A lot of
Especially
anonymous
as they're
givers
anonymous.
too.
They could be the white person next to you, next door.
But
you never know.
But don't I mean, is it me? Don't it feel a little bit odd? A little bit?
What do you mean?
Black?
Feel
Like
a little bit
I just think it's odd that, I mean, maybe it's what you said, odd, that they're supporting the aftermath. But if they're supporting her calling a 5-year-old or whatever he was the song word, it's kind of weird to me. You know?
Hold up. I heard it was a autistic 2-year-old with hemophilia.
It's not a 5-year-old.
Or was it like 7?
He was paraplegic too.
He was actually an
decided
infant.
he was.
No, how old was it?
6-month-year-old.
Was it a 5? I thought it was a 5-year-old.
Whatever it was, they
What
said
does
a 5-year-old.
Omar had to say about it yet? Maybe he can confirm what the age of the child was.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, all that shit you're saying is funny. It is funny, but say it is a 5-year-old, right? I mean, that's not weird.
Yeah, we've never seen 6-year-old son jackers.
It's
before.
distasteful.
I just think it's weird that she's about to raise $1 million off of the strength that she called a little 5-year-old the song word. I don't know. I mean, I get the frustration from the gliders.
This is the hidden strength of the white man.
Yeah.
Right.
Wicked's a POC, man. He's torn, man. You know, he don't know which way to
No,
go.
I mean, look. If somebody,
he feels for the little kid a little bit. Yeah.
If somebody were to see a little Filipino and call him a chink, I wouldn't like that shit either. You know what I mean?
That's not even a slur.
No one cares.
Yeah.
And no one cares. Yeah.
What's the slur for Filipinos? Because the chink is like the Eastern.
What's
the nothing?
What's the difference?
Well, people just call us monkeys, and that's it. They call it a day.
Didn't they call them song words? Like, didn't the American troops call the Filipinos niggers or some shit like that? Gooks or some shit like that?
Yes. Back then, yes. Correct.
Well, my point being this: if a person called a little Filipino kid a gook, I just think it's weird, you know.
Not strictly accurate.
It's not weird.
Yeah,
it's not weird at all.
You gotta understand, like, okay, let's say it's weird, right? What about the climate that this woman walked into with this? What about that was normal? What about the last months leading up to this situation have been normal?
Like, you mean like decades?
You know what?
Like what's been normal?
Well, I mean, look, I feel you. You know, I'm right there with you. You know what I'm saying? But I just like the little 5-year-old though. I mean, I don't know.
Wicked. It's because no one cares about the word. Whether you're white, black, purple, green, everyone has grown up hearing this word either in movies or if random black people are passing you, they're saying it to each other. Even in the UK, we don't use it that much, but our influence.
What actual evidence do we have that it was a 5-year-old anyway?
So it's a meaningless word.
Somebody made
a bunch of sons said it.
Exactly.
Somebody made a good point that, you know, that kid's mom will call him the song word, and nobody will care.
So it's a very meaningless word, which the people offended by use it.
Let me let the other POC get in here. Go ahead, POC. Filipino, what do you think about this?
You know, what's the only weird thing about the whole situation is that pedophile. So the pedophile Ethiopian around a park with kids. That's the only weird thing about the whole situation. Calling people the N-word.
I agree with you.
It's not weird at all.
I totally agree with you because, you know, it would be like this. This is how I compare it. It would be like a cop, right? he's working his beat, right? And you know, as a cop, you're not supposed to go home. You know, I'm not supposed to stop by the house, take a shit, or get some cookie from your wife, or you're supposed to work your beat. You know what I'm saying? And you go home when you're off. But say there's a cop, he's strolling through he's bored. He's like, yo, there's nothing going on. I'm gonna just stop home right quick. You know what I mean? Right quick, and give me a hot pocket or something. He stops by his house, and there's a burglar in there. And he fucking confronts the burglar and shoots him. And it turns out to be a serial burglar. And they have a press conference, and the news covers it. The news covers the story. The news is like, today, officer was reprimanded for abandoning his post. More at 11. It's like, no. There's a fucking pedophile at the goddamn park. Fucking with
The news network is full of PDF files.
You know what I'm saying? The news is just covering some woman that called the fucking little kid a word. And ignoring the fact that there's a goddamn Somalian pedophiles at the fucking playground with cameras.
So far, that's the only thing that there's any proof to suggest, right? I mean, has anybody had any confirmation this was actually a 5-year-old at the park?
Right. It doesn't.
Yeah. By the way, Wicked. I think the fact that white people or people in general are giving to the gives and go of this Shiloh is because to give her something to fall back on, because he's going to get canceled. Her property is going to be canceled. Her business is going to be canceled.
Yeah,
I think this is just the majority of the fatigue from the inwards. Is the end
yeah,
fatigue is real, right?
yeah. We
So
talked about that
people are
yesterday.
silently, the people are silently just
Supporting her, yeah,
wanting
supporting
everything
that.
to, want everything to be equalized.
Yeah, but hi. So what age is okay for you? Huh? Like, is it like 8.5? Is it 10? Is it 5? For her to call the kid a song word?
What
Let me
age
play
is?
Let me
It
just play
doesn't
a
matter
popular
actually.
song. Let me play a very popular song for you guys from a few years ago, man. And I don't know if this guy's white or Hispanic. You can tell me.
I think it's
Wicked.
an burrito.
Okay.
That beats in the luncheon, bro.
I'll see y'all later.
Pop these niggas like a willy nigga. You a silly nigga in a hole with them belly niggas and them hoover niggas. You run up and they shooting niggas. We ain't hooping nigga. No KB, you a loser nigga. Up that Uzi nigga on the stoop. Krills in my Georgia girl on my phone. She wanna fuck but keep the clothes on. I only want the joke. Man, that's really all I use it for. The kick out the door. I don't want it. You can keep the horse. She feeding for some more. In New York, my niggas don't really rock. My niggas money pop. Blow kicks a nigga throwing shots. I run them off they block. $250,000 in the stash box. I grind it for my spot. Niggas talking about the cash for my bag worth a lot. I don't fuck with no old hoes, only new hoes. Put my dick in the backbone. I pass it to my bro. I don't love her, that's a sad hoe. She a bad hoe. I'm a fucker, then I dash hoe to the cash hoe. I'm on some robbing nigga shit. Take a nigga bitch, do the dash in the whip, cut the cash in the whip. I pull up with a stick. I let that shit hit. Shut up, but I fuck that nigga bitch. Niggas envy, Blicky got the stiffy, got the blicky, drum it whole 50, movement.
Why is he yelling so much?
Why is he yelling so much?
This is like a rage
Is that to
rap
make it better?
Because why not?
genre. Yeah, that's what he does. All of his songs are like that.
See, Hispanics get to use the N word, right? So it's like, okay, Hispanics, the blacks have made it to where, well, they haven't made it. Hispanics have made it.
Well, I mean, because we're out here killing each other too, so we get to say it. You feel me? Rap. That's like the whole rap culture, right? Gun violence. We do this.
Black and brown
Yeah.
coalition, baby.
Yeah, so it's like he gets to say the N word, right? But
Jonah Park does not get
Hispanic,
to. That's fucked up.
right. But think about a Hispanic person that was an upstanding citizen. Say there was an entrepreneur in the Hispanic community, or a doctor in the Hispanic community, or a Hispanic teacher, or they wouldn't be able to use it. You have to be a degenerate Hispanic to be able to use it too. Now, here's the thing. This was the most popular song in hip hop at the time it came out, and it just like I just don't know how you square this with the white woman who like literally was dared and asked to say it, saying it, and now she has to have her life ruined. I just don't know how you square that with logical people. Now I get it. This is illogical, right? What Wicked's talking about is weird. Is this not fucking weird too, Wicked?
Well, look. I mean, I feel like you're reaching right now because again, that female called a kid in a playground nigger.
This guy is standing here with about 1,000 black dudes. He's the only one that's not black. And he said the word nigga 8,000 times, and we're not even through the song. I give me halfway through the song, okay? And this was the most popular song in the country when it came out. I'm just asking you a question again. Is that not weird?
I would say no. I mean, it's what it is.
All right.
Is what it is.
It's normal.
What if?
As opposed to a
What
white
if it was
woman
just
saying the N-word,
asshole?
which is totally abnormal.
But
Or fucker.
I don't understand where you're going with it, Chief. Like, how
Yeah, I
does this
got you.
compare to this bitch in the playground cutting? And again, I'm not even mad. I'm not even like.
So why is she a bitch?
Huh?
Why is she a bitch?
Oh, I'm sorry, cause bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. That's why. Cause all of them. Just for time's sakes, all of them are bitches.
Damn. Well, here's the thing.
I fuck with it.
Here's the thing. Okay, so that little sun turd, right? That called the sun word, right? Allegedly, right? Because that's fine. Let's just say she did, right? Which is there's a lot of evidence that says she did because she kind of admitted to it, but she we know for a fact that she called the Somalian guy the sun word. We know she called him the sun word, right? But she kind of admitted to off camera before the video starts, calling the little autistic kid, the little autistic black kid who has straight A's a sun word, right? Now, that right there is just if it's weird, right? If that makes her weird, like I just don't understand how that's weirder than this. I don't understand. I just don't understand it.
You can't even say it's a rap thing because, like, imagine Eminem singing this exact same song, right?
And Eminem is probably darker than this kid. And Eminem's hair is probably kinkier than this kid's hair.
It breaks social norms. That's why it's weird.
I mean, but come on now, you're reaching because again, this clown here on the screen is saying nigga. She was calling him a little nigger. That's different. It's different, Chief.
Okay.
Even his own mom calling him, man, you a dumb nigga. I mean, it's still distasteful and it's wrong. But I mean, what do we expect from the worst stewards?
You wouldn't
right?
even blink if his mother called him that.
But what do we expect?
Your
from
only
the worst
problem
stewards?
is it's a white woman who said it to him.
Right, but again,
you have the Umbrito example, no issue to you. His mother, a black woman, an adult, calling him that, no issue. Your only issue is that it's a white woman who called it.
What if a sun woman said it?
Well, his mother, like,
are you saying like if a stranger, some woman was in the playground and said it?
Yeah.
I think again, man.
You wouldn't blink, Wicked.
And I hate that. Yeah, I'm like in this corner, but again, she called them the hard ER, right? A sister probably would have called them the A. Like, man,
we're gonna just leave you in that corner. We gotta move. We gotta move forward. We're gonna leave you in that corner, man. You go ahead. You work it out,
hey, look,
man.
White power. White power.
Yeah. Work it out, man. You gotta self-therapize yourself. But this
look,
right
man,
here,
look, in 3-4 years,
Jonah Park will do it for you.
Yo, in 3-4 years, fuck it, he a little nigga. Whatever.
Damn.
Could be.
Yeah, man.
Don't die on that hill, wicked.
So
Yeah.
how is that damn? But her doing it not anyway.
Well, I mean, like I'm not saying she's. I'm not saying that she's being punished for it. Like you act like she wasn't being punished for it.
Well,
What do you
she
mean?
is unemployed, so she didn't
Well,
lose her job.
Well,
right,
yeah,
but
but
me
here's
and
the
you
thing.
agreed that we would.
Here's the thing. Wicked. You're acting as if like everything's like she's not an anomaly. Like this is not like you act like this happens every time, which is weird. You're acting like every time a white person uses the N word, they get $500,000.
Yeah,
This is like this is anomaly. This is we're watching history right here. You're acting as if like this is just
right.
you're acting as if like this is just like what you do. Hey, I need a couple bucks. Let me go. No,
I mean, you of all people should know that there's more instances of gliders getting killed by juvenile sons than calling them the son word.
But you know that I know that, right? My
do.
point being this: all the shit I just said and you just said. My point is just this: this incident of an adult calling a shorty, a little kid, a racial slur in a playground. It's kind of fucked up a little bit. You
Yeah,
know
I
what
mean,
I'm
I
saying?
wouldn't have done it. I would have, gone with
Yeah.
Karmelo Anthony treatment for going in my
And
bag.
that's what the context of everything going on. You know, come on, you know me, I know what these song words are out here doing.
Fuck the context.
Yeah, and I got you, but what I'm saying is what I'm saying is that like look, this is one incident. This is all right. Let me take it broader, right? White people run this country. Without white people, this country would be Haiti. It would be Venezuela. A white woman is in a park being G-checked by a Somalian refugee who has open rape charges against a minor at a playground. She's at a playground with her kid getting G-checked by a Somalian man who's there at the playground with open rape charges against a minor.
Getting G-Tech by a little kid too.
Well, I mean, that's fucked up
hold
too,
on.
though.
Is that no? That's weird. That's not fucked up.
That's very fucked up too.
That's
You know
weird.
what? You know
That's
what we
weird.
should do with that son, man? Hang up. We should hang him then and there. You know, I'm not defending that. That shit is fucked up. What that don't got nothing to do with an adult calling a little kid a racial slave. That's all I'm literally saying, man.
Hey, she may have saved that little kid from the
She
child
may have
predator.
saved those shit for
by
all we know.
calling him the son word.
You know how the brothers be getting down? Dangerous.
Well,
Yeah,
true.
let me just keep reading these things, man. Yeah, but yeah, you Hispanics, man, I just don't understand how I don't see no difference between a Hispanic using it and the Asian using it than a black person. I don't see no difference between anybody who's not black using it. I wasn't on the committee that said Hispanics could use it. I wasn't on the committee that said the cool white boy that smoked Newports and hang in the hood could use it. I wasn't on the committee that said, well, the cool Asian dude that, sell drugs can use it.
The
I wasn't
Yakuza?
on the committee. I wasn't on them committees. I never gave nobody an N-word pass. I never adjudicated none of that stuff.
Right. Hey, Filipino, do y'all use the song word in the Philippines?
I think he dropped.
Oh, they probably do. Everybody does.
Iconic does.
And I think everybody. Oh yeah, what's that funny thing I seen today? So there's a funny memes today, but this right here, this right here, it's lesser. We're not seeing a lot of we're not seeing a lot of messages, mostly hearts and anonymous givers. Making you scared to get got, dog. Yeah, the last look how often they're giving. Like, they're giving it's like 5 or 6 a minute. 5 or 6 donations a minute.
Yeah, Chronic's in the bag. Damn, every 5 minutes.
Yeah,
And he said they call each other son words all the time.
No, you're trolling that kind of. Y'all don't use it. Y'all use the song word over
I bet
there?
they do.
Why not?
All the time.
Funny. If it's true, that's funny as fuck.
Why
Aren't
not?
Filipinos the black people of Asia?
Look,
You don't know
Trayvon
that?
Martin gave
You
$10.
don't know that, Wicked?
No, how the fuck would I know that?
Aren't Filipinos the black people of Asia?
Yeah.
Yeah, but only
They
people
love
that
basketball.
can't use it. The only people that can't use the N word are the people that keep everything running. The people that keep all the lights on, the people that keep all the water running, the people that keep all the fucking foreign invaders at bay. They the only ones that can't join the N-word party.
Damn.
Everybody else is in.
Damn.
And not only can they not join the party, but if they try to come in the party, they get fucking their lives ruined. Everyone else is involved. Everyone else is invited. I
And
really
you see, about
Go
the gives and go donations on the Carmelo Anthony, you can clearly see the actual names of the people because they have no
nothing
repercussions
to
about.
hide.
Yeah,
There's nothing to
nothing
hide.
to hide.
Yeah.
Yeah, these white people.
Shaniqua Williams, Latasha
Yeah.
Johnson, Dejanay Benson. They don't give a fuck.
These people supporting Shiloh, if they will put their real names there, they will get doxxed. They will lose their livelihood.
Yeah,
Everything.
Exactly.
We talked about that yesterday. I mean, we agree 100% on that. If a sister did this, if a sister beat that kid, it would be like, whatever.
Yeah, didn't
She'll
do
go to work the
nothing
next day
stop
like
her.
nothing.
Wow.
Testing,
Yeah, I
testing.
mean,
Does this sound all right?
yeah, go
Sounds
ahead,
all right.
man.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
So she's up to 474.
Man,
So
she's gonna hit that
uh,
million. She's gonna hit that million for sure.
Believe that.
This is like
Yeah.
an Irish woman, right?
I heard she was a Ukrainian.
Really?
Ukrainian? Okay, check
Who
the
the fuck
nose.
knows?
Check the nose.
Ukrainian?
Why you
Maybe
say
just
that?
a Juice Crew psyop.
A Ukrainian, yeah.
Yeah, word around the Nazi Telegram chats that she's a juice crew.
No way.
No
Oh,
freaking
surprising.
way.
They don't know. They're just kind of assume everybody's juice crew.
That's
Yeah,
kind of
So.
because you know
But
why
the
they're
nose
saying
doesn't
that
give it.
because of the way it blew up. Yeah, the way it blew up, they probably. But I don't. You know what? She don't have that hook nose, though. I will give her
Yeah,
that.
But
you will
that's
see
kind of a
that.
go-to
Yeah.
for that sector, right? Like, oh, juice crew. Everything's juice crew.
Yeah, it's
definitely.
a bit of
But
a
you can,
predictable
but you can
response.
see it. But you can see it, right? You can see the face, the eyes, the nose. Just
I don't
the
know,
look
man.
of
And
She looks
evil.
like
everything
a
Yeah,
usually
just
is
the
Nordic
look of
juice crew. Let's
angel
evil.
be honest
defender
here.
to me.
Yeah, just the look of evil. It
A
doesn't.
Nordic defender,
He said
Yeah,
the
yeah.
look of evil.
a
A
Valkyrie,
Viking queen,
a
or
Valkyrie of
Valkyrie,
sorts.
yeah.
I will say if she's Eastern European, those people don't give a damn. They will say that word to your face.
It's probably Albanian. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, here's another thing too, though. Let's keep it a buck, though. Like, son, it can get sticky, though, right? Right? Like, it can get sticky. Like, say I go to a fruit stand, right, and a little Hispanic guy called me a nigga, and I'm a ski, and I'm a little, poo shiesty wearing,
Yeah.
sun turd. You know what I'm saying? He could lose his life. It's tricky though. Still, it ain't like all the way. Just you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? It ain't all the way open. It's
Yeah, but
just like more
you
like
have
of a street
you
thing.
got to
Yeah.
have the
I
energy
mean,
act to match like this. Like this
yeah,
Shiloh, I think she
basically.
got that energy
Yeah,
to match.
like in the jail act over here anyway. The Umbritos they use the word around the to their brothers even, and it's like we all ain't shit. We all are criminals. Fuck it.
Right. No,
Even
no,
the
I
AB,
got
right?
you. Street.
Even the ABs in the prison system, right? They say whatever they want to say,
You
even
talking
though
about like the
they
AV,
lack
the white boys? Is
the
that what you
lacking
Nah,
of number.
but they don't use it. But they don't use it because they think that that's like there are Mexican gangs like I forgot which one. They don't use it.
What I'm saying,
One
Ak,
of
is
the
they
Terrenos or
have
the
the
Norteños, one of them don't use it.
Here
They
in
think they
this
can just
region they do. The Umbritos they
but
use it.
it's one Mexican gang in California that they look down on it. They look down on you for using that word, not for noble reasons, but because
it belongs to the sun words.
They look down on the sun. They think,
I can see that.
It ain't for noble reasons. It's not.
I stopped saying it because in my mind, when I was younger, I realized that, man, that's y'all shit. We have our shit, y'all have yours. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what. That's
so you were
what
out
I
there
forgot
being
the
racist then,
name of that
Wicked.
game.
Orale, carnal.
Back chat
You were
has
out there being
I
racist
put a
in your
link of
younger days
Eazy
then.
talking about white people
Man,
using
you know
the
what?
word.
I blame Tupac. I used to listen to Tupac all day. You feel me? I'd
But the
rather do
white
your
people who listen to Tupac
N-I-G-G-A.
can't say the word. Such double standards. No, I said you were busy being racist in your younger days, as you just said, because you listened to Tupac.
Yeah, I mean, I blame Tupac.
But
You know,
the white people listening to Tupac can't say it. But you
they
could.
definitely say it, but just not around POC or not around the brothers.
I just posted a link to a video of Eazy-E talking about white people using the word.
He probably didn't give a fuck.
How as a POC would you hate white people who built everything around you? Because even me, when I'm 36, right? When I was a kid, I see it on the TV, I see it on the news. Everything that was built by the white man is excellence, and everything built by us is trash. So why would I hate that? The things that gives
Well,
me
you see, the trick
convenience.
is to believe that you built everything.
No, I don't believe that. Even at a younger age, I know that we don't build anything because we got conquered for hundreds of years.
But we didn't, folks.
Let me play this video for you right quick.
You're in the 626, fool. Saying the N-word, that's out. Fool. You're a weirdo, straight up. We're the only ones that don't say the N-word, you know? How do you guys feel about
Hey,
that?
fool.
How do you guys feel about Mexicans saying the N-word? That's out. That shit's out. Honestly, hey, no disrespect to the homies up in South Central, because, you know, you grow up around blacks and shit, but right here, 626, you say the N-word and you didn't grow up around blacks, so you say the N-word, you're a weirdo, homie, straight up. That shit on
Orale.
yeah, you fools are way too influenced and shit. On social media, you fools ain't like none of our homies say that in their songs. No one. This is the SGV, homie.
None of our homies.
Besides Pomona, you know, they got blacks, you know, grow up, like, you know, that's them, that's cool, you know, whatever, like, you guys grew up around that, but we didn't, folks. So if you're in the SGV or 626, you're in the 626, fool, saying the N-word, that's out, fool. You're a weirdo.
Side check, fool.
Yeah, that group don't use the N word, but it's not for noble reasons.
This group is from Houston.
That's LA.
They
That's
probably say
California.
jigaboo or something.
Yeah, I wonder
that's
what they
crazy.
say.
That's crazy. Like it gotta be some version of that.
See,
like,
we call them moon crickets.
I just feel like some word rolls off the tongue very. It's like such a versatile word. Like some word, just so versatile.
Why do you think so
man.
many people want to use it?
Like I love you, my song word, or I'm gonna kill you, song word.
It just be it just I you know what, that guy, that gang right there, they not doing it like because they respect.
Yeah, because they're like noble.
Because it's like it's like they think it's corny, so they think that like, oh, y'all grew up around black people. We ain't grew up around black people. We don't do what black people do. Y'all influenced by black culture. We not influenced by black culture. That's kind of like their stance.
It makes sense to me.
Like we kind of like uppity. You know what I'm saying? Like
I mean, those on burritos, they probably realize that they got their own debauchery shit going on. They ain't shit. Like we ain't shit. We got our own shit. You get what I'm trying to say? Like,
What's weird about the Hombritos is they like had that Chicano style and shit, but then like the blacks kind of adopted that in LA, and now the Hombritos are adopting the black shit. It's kind of a weird, circular thing.
Talking about like the lowriders and bandanas kind of deal.
Yeah, I mean, like look at the way Snoop Dogg was dressed, in like the early '90s. He's dressed like he's wearing Pendletons and freaking Dickies and shit.
The high side,
yeah, or the game.
Now, I grew up around Mexicans, and they all acted black.
Yeah, even the hydraulics and the lowriders. We don't do that shit over here, though. Well, some people do, I guess.
You mean to tell me that those weird people are looking weird? They are weird to begin with.
Yeah, you know better. Come on. You know motherfucker better. You knew not to touch me. Now I'm gonna lean on my own. You knew better. He didn't touch it. Look, he didn't touch when I told him because that's your knee.
Uh-oh, he gets to stab him.
Precedent has been set.
He gets to kill him. He gets to, no, seriously, like he gets to kill him. According to black folk, he gets to kill him now. Wow, that's crazy. What a world we live in. What the hell happened? What is it? Oh,
He violated the nap.
Well, he gets to kill him, man. Go ahead, kill him. Let's see. Man. Oh man, I should have fucking saved that one. But whatever.
Yo, is Spaceman? Is he new here? He's in the panel. Spaceman.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
never been here. Long time listener though.
Oh, this is your first time on the panel, though.
Yeah, I've never been on.
Oh, okay. How long you been listening to Ike?
Shit, going on 2 years now, I think.
Nice. How did you come across him?
From another like a straight up like white supremacist podcast called the Daily Show.
Damn. Also, you're a white supremacist.
Like they're fucking big fans of you, and I was listening to their
Which
shit,
one?
and
Go ahead. Which one you said?
They're called the Daily Show.
The Daily Show.
What were they saying? When you heard
He
about
would
Ike?
literally play your clips, and he would always talk about Hawk Nation, and the other white dudes would like, "Look, why are you playing this Sunward shit?" You know.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
In the
So you got big fans with the white nationalists, dude.
You think we could get Joan of Arc to call into the show? Like maybe
Yeah.
she's a viewer. Maybe she's part of the nation.
Shiloh? Oh, like the Shiloh's gonna call it.
So tell me this. Hold on, back up for a second. So tell me this. So when they play my clips over there, what are they like? What clips? Like the crime, when I'm talking about crime or IQ and stuff like that?
Yeah, and he like the main guy, Mike Enoch, he's like the host. He would just
like Enoch.
every once in a while bring up just like Ox says, you know.
Wait, Mike Enoch. Mike Enoch. He's from Maplewood. He's from Maplewood, New Jersey. Yeah. He went to Columbia. Yeah, I know him.
What's his deal?
He's probably Jewish, but whatever. It's a whole thing. But
wait,
he went to the same high. He went to the same high school I went to.
There's like deep lore in this Nazi shit. I'm not a Nazi, but I'm just saying I know about all this stuff. But yeah, they're big fans of Hawk Nation, which is hilarious.
Oh, that's what's up. That's good to hear. Shout out to you,
And
I've been
spreading your shit like crazy, dude.
What did they think of the fisherman?
They probably love him.
Yeah, his clips are spreading like hotcakes, man. They're spreading
they
everywhere.
probably love the fisherman. I mean, fisherman's takes are pretty like standard, right? Like everything is the Juice Crew's fault, you know?
I mean, he's not wrong though.
Right? No, I mean, hey, look, I know that people that under that paradigm are very like hard on it, you know, like very rigid on it. You know, there's like no
shit. Even the Nazis are Jews too, apparently.
Even the Nazis are.
That's how fucking crazy these people are, man. Like they're just everything. Like when stuff starts going like now, because people are talking about the Juice Crew a lot more. They're like, why? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, let's be some kind of Juice Crew up, you know?
So, Spaceman, let me ask you this real quick, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
At what point is it the white boys' fault and not the Juice Crew? Like, okay, the Juice Crew's doing it, right? But at what point is it your fault? I'm asking.
Yeah. So it's all our fault, man. Like I used to blame the baby boomers for everything, but then but the baby boomers were brainwashed by the TV, which is controlled by the Juice Crew, and then I don't know, man. It's weird.
Yeah,
it's our fault for letting them in, dude. Like that's the problem.
Did you ever read the book that it's like a little kid's? It's kind of a kid's book, The Hen, about the you know what I'm talking about, Ike? Somebody on the panel told us about a book, and me and you read it. About they allowed the chickens in.
A fable.
Yeah, George Lincoln Rockwell wrote that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's
Are
true.
you
I mean, that's what
ethnically
it is.
white, Spaceman?
Yeah, I'm 100%.
You're not
Well,
a
I mean,
mudblood?
technically, because I got some Boricua in my blood.
Uh-oh.
Hold up.
Oh, he's a glider burrito.
So does that mean
No,
that
I
you
mean,
get
like
to
you
use
look
the
at
song
me, I
word?
look like a little English boy, dude.
Does that mean that you get to use the song word because you're Puerto Rican?
Fuck yeah, dude. Puerto Ricans, we got the N-word pass.
Hell yeah, bro.
So tell me this. Tell me this. Over there, they hate everybody that's not Anglican, or they just like they got like past certain people. They let certain stuff pass. They're not strict about it, right?
Well, some are, dude. Like, there's all kinds of stupid factions, but it's my thing is like, if you're against the Juice Crew, you're good in my book.
Well, hold up. Iconic is against the Juice Crew. Is he white?
No, I'm not saying that makes you white. I don't give a
Okay,
shit.
he's just an ally then. I got you.
Well, are you accepted? Because you say you have a lot of Puerto Rican in you. Would they accept you?
I just don't tell them to. No, I'm just kidding.
But would they accept you? They would reject you. Because that kind of makes you a mongrel, right? Well, doesn't that make you a mongrel?
But I'm not in like any groups or anything.
Hold on. Let him flow for a second, man. Since we got him here, man. Go ahead. What you saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm in any like groups or anything, but all my friends, they all know about this shit, you know. But their whole thing is, yeah, you know, no race mixing and all that other shit.
So are there women over there? Is it like chicks or is
Probably
it like
not.
90% men?
So I used to live in. Well, I guess I won't give away too much. I lived in a fucking like a really diverse area, right? And then I moved to like the whitest place I could because my children, I don't want to raise them around there because it's just dangerous. And the place I moved to is full of these people, dude. And there's just tons of families and everything. Yeah, it's like, you know, very functioning people who all kind of know about this stuff.
Wow. What region are you in? Without getting specific, like what region?
Pacific Northwest.
Sounds very liberal.
What was that? Yeah, that's the oh, dude, the local politics here. They like I have a friend who's in local politics, and they found out he like says son words and shit. Like they had found video of him, and they're like all attacking him and trying to get him thrown out, even though there's like no black people here. There's no some people here.
Wow.
It's like, but he's he's against some people. So
And I'm sure he's against them.
Well, no, but I mean he's said things where they that's kind of the conclusion they're going to.
He like Sal. He like Sal from Clark, New Jersey.
So you're just a regular guy, and you're not like a biker or skinhead. You're not like a gun advocate. You're just a regular white guy that could be sitting on the train next to us, right?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah, 100%, dude.
Do you think that there's a lot of them like that? Because when people think of people that would be on those sites, they think of a 2A people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like radical preppers and shit like that. And it's just like a lot of regular whites, right?
Regular dudes, man. And my job, I go to people's houses every day, so I talk to a lot of people, and I always try to inch it towards this just to kind of fill people out. And you'd be amazed by how many like just normal looking dudes who are completely on board. They're all like too pussy to talk about this kind of stuff.
So
yeah,
it's
a problem.
Like I used to say, like I used to say this. I used to say everybody knows, right?
Yeah,
everybody knows.
Pretty
but
much.
No, you would never know, like you know what I'm saying. But everybody knows. Like people know, like when you talk about IQ, people are not like looking at you like, what's that? Or if you talk about like the crime, like 13% doing 50, they know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, definitely. And
Okay.
Dude, and we live so we live in this like hyper white area. It's like 96% white. And we got this bulletin, the local like next door or whatever, the local app, news app, saying, watch out for this hiking trail. There were these two guys who were trying to kidnap my daughter, and we think it was for human trafficking. And then they got a picture like from a distance. It's like two Somali looking dudes in like the hills trying to take this little girl.
Wow.
Like, and they're like, there's none here. But the two that happen to be here are trying to kidnap little fucking girls, dude.
Right. Hold on, let me read this super chat. Big Pete says, when Ock tried to tell his wife about the Nordic Queen over dinner on a date night, she gonna be like, ain't he ways? Jesus Christ. Make sure y'all support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or the super chat. Support the channel, man. We got a bunch of people in here, man. Cook County, what are your thoughts on this, man? Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Hey, what's good, man?
Go ahead.
No, I mean everyone knows. I mean, it's happy to get a new point of view over here and everything like
What
that.
about Shiloh? What about Shiloh?
All with the lady saying the N word,
Yeah,
whatever. Who gives a
yeah.
fuck? Who gives a fuck? I don't care. I really don't
You don't
care.
care
Like,
about the
there's.
money? What about the money she's getting?
I mean, this is a response to Carmelo Anthony. Obviously, she's a
Yeah,
lucky poor glider in
nah.
Rochester, New York. That's New York, right?
No,
She got a
Rochester,
golden N
Minnesota.
word.
Who?
Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota, Rochester, Minnesota. Is that like trailer trash out there? It looked like shitty.
No, I don't even
And
really know.
Rochester's where
Let
the
me.
Mayo Clinic is, right? Like it's some stuff
But
going on.
yeah, where do you think it's going to top out at? How far do you think she's gonna be able to take?
I think what's she at right now? 400?
Almost 500, 475, something like that.
She gonna go as long as that Carmelo Anthony GoFundMe stay up, because they keep going up. So like wherever they go, they gonna go. This is literally just a response to that.
Tit for tat.
Yeah, it's a tit for tat. She's a lucky
still
motherfucker. I
ain't
wish
shit.
I was a glider that started saying the N word around this time.
I think
So let's
Give
see,
Send Go is reevaluating their business strategy right now.
Yeah, they gonna fuck it up. Like she's fucking it up.
He was being asked to reevaluate it for Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah,
He
this
said
gonna be the
no.
one though.
He said no, he can't do it because everyone has the right to do it. And he talked all this rights and free speech and rights and all that stuff. And I was like, and then the next day, like,
Yeah, this the one.
He went on a press run. He did Whitlock. He
Yeah, I
did
know.
Fox Soul. He did everybody. And the next day, this shit popped up.
Boom.
I said, God damn.
I know. Yeah, he fucked. He gonna have to change it up. But at this point though, he stood on that shit. He gotta stand. He gotta stay on this hill.
Yeah.
He gotta stay on this
That's
hill.
hilarious.
He went on a press. He's on the record on like 10 different platforms. On the record, standing 10 toes down on it. That's why I was less like, wow, he couldn't be. It couldn't have happened at a more opportune time, because let's just say he had not yet gone on the record on it on all those shows, he could kind of like play 50, like, well, Carmelo's okay, and then this girl's not. He literally has to let her rock after everything he said. He gotta let her rock. And it's just fucked up for him because he's getting killed by both sides now. Let me see this though. Let's see.
Rochester is noteworthy for being one of the largest cities in Minnesota, and it just so happens to be one of our favorite towns in the Midwest. The city has a little something for everyone, making it a perfect destination for your next family vacation. Join Viewcation as we take a look at some of the best sites and attractions that can be found in and around Rochester, Minnesota. Rochester's colorful art scene. For all of you art aficionados out there, Rochester is a great place to view and appreciate some of the finest artwork the Midwest has to offer. Start by checking out the Rochester Art Center, which overlooks the Zumbro River. There you'll find a contemporary art scene that comes alive through several high-quality exhibition spaces and programs. Inside the building,
I'm not seeing him mention anything about how Rochester's 38% sun.
It is.
Played the shortened.
It's got a little something for everyone.
They're the majority there,
It's 38% sun,
according to the 2020 census.
That's gonna probably be Somalians though.
Yeah, good point.
Sounds violent.
They don't count or what?
Rochester, Minnesota is the third largest city in our state, and that sounds like a great place to move, doesn't it? But wait, there are some things that you might want to know before you contact a real estate agent. In this video, we'll discuss what you must know before moving to Rochester, Minnesota. So watch this video to the end for a surprise bonus tip if you're really looking forward to moving.
She could just say it's 38% sun and end the video.
I'm good.
Yeah, for real.
You're probably asking yourself, should I move to Rochester? Though that's a question only you can answer, what I can tell you in this video are the best things to do in Rochester,
Not an
Minnesota,
immediate yes.
and where the hot spots are in Rochester, Minnesota. Hello, I'm Kelly DeMail with DeMail Real Estate at eXp Realty. Before we dig in, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you want to know everything related to Rochester, Minnesota. So welcome to Rochester, Minnesota. Situated in the southeast part of the state, just 80 miles from St. Paul, our city is a mix of vibrant urban life and cozy Midwestern charm. And what makes Rochester so special? Well, there's the world-famous Mayo Clinic, a bustling real estate scene, and tons of things to do. So whether you're into indoor or outdoor fun, Rochester is a lively and interesting place to live and visit, with things to do like visiting the Quarry Hill Nature Center or embracing the inner foodie with our diverse restaurant scene. Now, first things first, let's talk about Rochester's lifestyle. With a population of about approximately 120,000 people, Rochester classifies as a mid-sized city, bringing with it a perfect blend of urban vitality and a close-knit community feel.
Urban vitality.
Enjoy a balanced lifestyle with a bustling downtown that serves as the center for work and recreation without a ton of congestion. And the city strikes a wonderful harmony between natural beauty and urban proximity, allowing our residents to connect with nature without having to venture too far from the heart of our city. Moreover, Rochester's cost of living is significantly below the national average, which provides a really comfortable and well-rounded lifestyle, which is a stark contrast from higher cost of living in maybe Minneapolis or St. Paul. The Mayo Clinic, being a significant employer here, actively shapes a wellness-oriented culture here, including fitness, nutrition, and more, earning Rochester its nickname, Med City. Weekends here in Rochester offer a diverse range of activities, from exploring downtown's restaurants and shops to visiting local farmers markets, engaging in outdoor pursuits like hiking or fishing, or attending many performances at our local theaters. The city's robust community calendar actually highlights.
Okay, so but she says that don't move there. Let me see something, man.
Robust urban vitality.
I'll say this: check out the Rochester, Michigan Minnesota Gun Memorial. It's not a lot going on there.
Oh, really? Wow.
The Minnesota one?
It's Rochester, Minnesota.
Yeah, we can check it out.
Or is this Michigan?
It's Minnesota.
No, it's Minnesota.
I know Rochester, Michigan. Is that where? Ain't that what Oakland University or something? Ain't that there?
Oh, Oakland County? Because I know Oakland is a county in Michigan. Oakland is a county in Michigan, right? I don't know if it's in Minnesota, but
yeah, Oakland County is Michigan.
Yeah. Minnesota seems like a nice town, man. But you said it's 38%, son.
Yeah, it's a lot, man. Yikes.
Shit.
Can you quickly play? It's a YouTube short just in the back chat.
Okay. That's fucking crazy, man. That's a lot of motherfucking sun turds, man. Shit. God damn, 38%. Fuck. Yeah. With that lady right there, man, she's Jonah Park she's really she's bubbling. It ain't like she's slowing down. She's like she hasn't even hit her peak yet.
Right. She's like a Rosa Parks.
That's crazy. There's two different conversations going on with like Nazi types. First. You got one side saying she's white trash and the piece of shit, she should get the money, and then the other side they're like, she's a fucking white princess, and these are like two sides of the same coin, and they're just like duking it out. And the way I see it, I'm like, yeah, she shouldn't have fucking done that. It's dangerous. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want my wife doing that shit. She can get shot. But that's my people, and she's under attack, so fuck everybody else. And that kid, you think that kid's not terrorizing all the other white kids in his class? You know what I mean? So fuck him.
Let me see this. What is this?
Good work. Break's over.
Don't rush me, nigga. Did I say that right? I think you should have said nigga first. Nigga, don't rush me. That was great.
Good work. Break's over.
Don't rush me, nigga. Did I say that right?
He's doing well.
Said nigga first. Nigga, don't rush me.
Yo,
yeah.
You hear like the Gladiator said, "That's my people" and everything like that. I think sons have literally forced their hand.
Yeah.
Like this is
I
bad
agree.
because I don't even think like 2014, whatever it is, 2000. Like in my childhood, bro, I never heard like gliders feel that way about my people.
As a
We have,
unit, yeah.
yeah, as a unit, we forced their hand, bro. We're annoying, and it finally happened.
Let my people go.
Annoying is putting it lightly. Respectfully.
Belligerent.
Dangerous.
Yeah. Annoying. Yeah.
Perplexing.
Yeah.
Mercurial.
Yeah. And listen, we're only gonna get worse, like because of the entitlement. Like this the biggest story, like the draft, right? The whole draft weekend was racist because one player didn't get drafted where he was supposed to get drafted. But 25 of the first 32 players drafted were black.
Make it make
Bro,
sense.
how many picks were they for real? What's the draft? Was it 200 and something? What is it? What is it right now?
They
200.
could have all been sons, and it
Yeah,
still would have been
200.
racist.
But what is it? It's like fucking like
Yeah, like 250.
yeah, some shit like that. I'm pretty sure it's at least 70 fucking percent was fucking some people that making millions of dollars.
Yeah,
But they call that shit. They call that shit the fucking slave plantation and shit.
Yeah.
We're annoying, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's truly the auction block.
Yeah, we're awful people, and if white people, their public, like they say the world is a stage, right? Their 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 reputation is soured by some people. Like if you're from another country and you don't have white people there, we've badmouthed them on the international stage so much that your perception of white people is nothing like they really are. If you're from a place where there's no white people, you would encounter white people and fear them. You know what I'm saying? You would think they're all assholes just from what we put out about them. And
That's
yet,
bad, buddy.
Good
this
thing
is the
nobody.
best.
Good thing nobody takes us serious.
That don't be so sure. Like I mean, like I told you, my brother when he came to America, he came 2018. He visited and he was scared, like because
Really?
yeah, I mean for like maybe 10 minutes or a day because he was when we got off the plane and he was in New York. He came to New York, Queens, and he was he's like, yo, the cops, man. He was like, I gotta be careful. He was like literally scared to like go out, and I was like, man, what the fuck, man? Don't worry about that shit. Not gonna happen to you. And then then we went around and stuff, and he just quickly learned that was all bullshit. Because Queens is nothing but black people out and about. You know what I'm saying? South Jamaica, and it was like, yo, he was just
And they were
like,
very
oh,
comfortable, the brothers.
comfortable. South Jamaica, Queens,
Right.
This is like goddamn
with their bop,
like an ant in an anthill. They like a monkey.
Yeah.
In a tree.
He walked up to his son and was like, yo, I'm scared of the cops. He was like, you scared of these motherfuckers? And the son man put out his phone and put it in the fucking police officer's face and flipped them off and said, fuck you, bitch ass N-word. He was like, yeah, man, you ain't gotta be afraid of them, man. Hey, but they do be killing us unarmed though.
Yeah, but it's kind of like when you just leave the house, you don't even really see police like that. Like we like the house, our
Exactly.
house in New York is on a Holstro. It's on a Holstro, so it's like a red light district. So it's like prostitution is on the block, like not around the
Bro.
corner, but on the block.
Yo, I be out of town, and I be trying to find the police.
Yeah.
And I don't
telling you.
fucking see them. And I go like when I was in Memphis and shit like that, I'm over there in fucking Frazier and all this other shit. I don't see no police. And I'm like, where the fuck is the cops at? I'm looking for the cops. And you don't see them. You would think that the way these motherfuckers talk, like you said years ago, you would think that if you was driving on the highway every fucking interstate exit,
Yeah,
it'll be motherfuckers pulled out the car getting
it's not
searched,
like
and
that.
bro, you don't even see them, bro.
Listen,
I
I
believe they're
drive.
understaffed.
I had when I moved to Pennsylvania, and they gave me like 30 days to change my tags or something, right? DC tags. I didn't change my DC tags for 4 years. I just had and they were dead. My license wasn't. They get because I was supposed to get a Pennsylvania license. I didn't get a Pennsylvania license, and I didn't get Pennsylvania tags. So basically, I'm riding with a dead license and dead tags for 4 years. Never once thought about it because you don't just they don't fuck with you. Police just don't fuck with you, man. It ain't the
It's
black people.
not even close. Like it's so
Black
hard, bro.
people just
And then
wild.
I be hearing motherfuckers like talking about something like, man, he ain't never been arrested, or he only been arrested one time. I be like, you know how fucking hard it is to get arrested, bro?
I'm telling
Right,
you,
right.
man.
I can't tell from some of these tongue words.
I'm telling you.
I will say
Black people
Jamaica
lie
is
so
a
much.
trip because obviously it's the first port of call if you're going into Manhattan and you're taking the subway. So when you get there, it's just like big eyes. You're just like, oh, is this New York?
Yeah, it's like black people we lie so much that we force the news to like cover shit that isn't really happening. So it's like it's on the news a lot, interactions between black people and cops. But if you know a black person, when they leave the house, they never are like, all right, God, wish me luck. I'll see if I make it back home. Like they never. I'm talking about drug dealers. I used to hang around all weed dealers, crack dealers, and just regular hood niggas for a portion of my life, right? And we would be going to like drop some shit off, or I got paid, I gotta go take some shit on the other side of town. So one nigga might got a gun on him, something like that. He might, be sweating a little bit because it's a gun. But other than that, man, some man ain't thinking about nothing when he get in the car. Nothing. And the most times when you got drugs on you and you get pulled over, it's because you was speeding. You know what I'm saying? Or driving recklessly. It wasn't the drugs. It wasn't like they just was alerted to your car, like drugs in that car. No, it was like you was fucking like doing some crazy shit, and then you got pulled over, and then they found the drugs. It's like I never seen some men ever think about the police like that. And now niggas on the block, like niggas hanging on the block like a hot block, where they every day they go to the same corner and sell drugs in the same corner. Yeah, those niggas think about police because they're on the same corner every day selling drugs. But it's like that's not the normal black existence. That's like a subset of the black community. Let me read this super chat, man. DM says the skinhead biker degenerate white supremacist stereotype is a meme. Its purpose is to turn gliders away from certain conversations. So-called far-right racist channels don't have those type of people. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to my man DM, man. Let me see something. Where was I? Yeah. Damn. Lost my
I think we were talking about the Aryan Nordic demigoddess savior of the white race.
Oh yeah, definitely. Hold on, let me see.
I wonder if Fisherman will give her a pass.
I don't know. Maybe. Let's see some black people in their full glory. Man.
I got your keys, mama. I got your keys, mama. You not home, baby. You ain't been home. Come home. Come home. Come home. Come home. Pull to the front and double park. Cause I want to prove my point. Stop. I'm at your house, mama. Parker, go. Hold on. Stop. I'm at your house, baby.
Wait, is this Shiloh's house?
Look, you left your key, baby, when you wanted to fight. I'm at your house. I'm in your. You thought it was funny, right? I thought we was on that.
What the hell?
I thought we was on that. Didn't go home. Second floor. Get janky. And it's her house. This is the house. In your house. Go home. Come on. Your house is. And I have your house keys. And I'm keeping these. Souvenir purposes. Get this dirty. Look at this. What are we talking about?
Bro, what the fuck is going on?
Keep your house keys.
Don't cheat on her.
Breaking and entering?
You already know my buck.
I think from what she said at the beginning
I
that
don't
she was
get
in a
mad.
fight with
I
another
leave.
woman who lost her keys.
Yeah.
And
That's
she's
your
gone
house.
to her
Mama.
house and
She probably
destroyed
took
her
That's your
house.
house.
This is
She
way
beat her ass
insane.
and got the keys.
In your house. In your lobby. Where you at? I thought you was on that. Thought you needed that. Yeah. Let's fight. You want to fight? Let's fight. Go home. I'm here right now.
She looked like she lost the fight though.
Yeah, she looked like she got fucked up.
Ooh,
Right
yeah.
here.
She see the other one.
On your book.
She got Vaseline on her face
See,
now.
at first I just chalked it up to, normal sun
that-
and stuff, but
So you want to hear him call?
Nah, she
So
nodded
your
the fuck
boyfriend to get
up.
up it with me?
yeah.
I have my
definitely
nigga smoke him and you. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
she said I'm gonna have my nigga smoke him and you. Damn.
Wow.
That's brown sugar after Pantheon gets done.
Hey,
Wow.
hey, and you better not motherfucking play with
I
her
didn't
bluff.
fight.
He will definitely do it.
Telling you.
I've never been in a fight in my life.
Wow.
Finish shoot. 100 I hit. 100 he hit. Hold on. 100 he hit though. 100 I hit.
We're gonna go.
I got 50 I hit, baby.
They're shooting dice.
Come on, school him.
No, hey, take out this one again. We're gonna T-Lee for it.
King shoot him.
Nah,
Shoot him.
T-Lee.
Come on. I got it.
It's very dangerous, guys. Watch close now.
Telling you.
Eagles and Eagle Lane.
Catch him.
You gonna do kids? We don't gotta do no kids.
How did he don't? Bet we locked. Bet we locked. Better 106. We locked. Better 106. 106.
No, you gotta roll. You gotta roll. Let's roll.
That point, get my money.
You gotta roll. You gotta roll. Nah, we roll down here. Be real, we roll.
You ain't gotta roll. You gotta catch the plane. It's a grown man game. You gotta catch the plane.
It's okay. We shoot. It's okay. We shoot. OG seen it. We shoot.
You wanna reshoot?
That's it, Kim. We shoot. I got it on camera. That's on camera. We shoot. Yeah. No point in the keys back. I don't know about that though. Down here,
you would have had to.
No, I'm saying, I won't pick up my money. No, I won't pick up my money. I was shooting.
You just got hit.
No, I was Queen C.
Our culture is like, man, when I tell you I'm so happy that I still got an invitation to the cookout.
Yeah, I say that often. That like nobody wants to go to the cookout. Are you kidding?
A lot of people do though. That's not true. A lot of people want to go to the cookout. That's why blacks haven't been exterminated yet or haven't been enslaved and shit again. Because people do want to go to the cookout. Like shit.
That's
like,
it, huh?
A lot of people want to go to the cookout. Don't sleep on blacks now. Don't get it twisted.
man,
Like,
I've been to the cookout and they had some regular ass mac and cheese.
Dudes want to go around broke black people. Want people to know that I got a lot of broke black people that fuck with me. A lot of black people who make it like they want to. You know what I mean? They like using broke black people as props. You know what I'm saying?
Like some of the highest view YouTube fucking channels is those motherfuckers that the white folks from fucking Europe or fucking someplace else that go into the hoods and interview these some words
Yeah,
and whatever.
vlogs, good
Yeah,
vlogs.
that's literally like some of the most paid YouTube channels.
And that ain't even really the hood. Like when they know the vlog was coming, everybody throwing their best jeans, their best shoes. Niggas who don't even be in the hood every day come around, and that's why like it look like a party and everybody having fun. The hood be dead. Them little niggas be beefing. They niggas coming through shooting and shit. Ain't nobody on Front Street.
Can't nobody hang out like they used to. Like you said, it be motherfuckers that, man, I be looking at these blogs, and you know what I do, so I like know these motherfuckers. So I be looking at that shit, and I be like, damn, I ain't seen this motherfucker in like 4 years. Like he out there. That's crazy.
Yeah,
So
because
like,
he
yeah.
Well,
dead.
he just touched
Right.
down or what from the
Somebody
joint?
want a nugget. Somebody
No,
want
he just don't be around no more. Like this motherfucker, I thought he was retired from game banging, and they pop up in these hood blogs.
nigga, you get shot a bunch of times, man. I know a bunch of niggas got shot. They be like, that shit hurt like a motherfucker. You keep that shit. You don't want to keep getting shot or hanging on Front Street. Like man, I'm telling you, man. I've been around where niggas. I didn't even know niggas. I thought niggas was in jail. I thought niggas was like niggas was
Ark,
the whole time and shit. Like damn.
have you been shot at? Like you saw a guy and he was shooting
Oh
at you?
yeah, definitely. I've been shot at plenty of times, but never been hit. And I ain't been shot at like you gotta understand. At one time there was a festival and shit, like motherfucking a at Howard University and shit.
So a mass shooting.
And a motherfucker just started. Two motherfuckers got into it, and they just both started firing into the crowd. And we almost got not only got shot at, but we got stampeded. But actual one-on-one, like I've been robbed, niggas shot at me, motherfucker, different situations just in the hood and shit like that. Have guns pulled on me, all types of shit, man. Yeah, definitely. But it wasn't like nothing where I like would talk about it. It's just when you recollect over the years, like over all the years, like oh yeah, damn, that time that did job like fired us. Oh yeah, that nigga did shoot over there. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like nothing. But I'm like, just like I feel like it was every day. I felt like I was in danger and shit. It just like over the course of the years, incidents happened and shit. You know what I mean? Like that. But yeah, if you in Blackistan and you proximal for you know what I'm saying, your buddy get shot at. Like I was talking about earlier, like when I said I got jumped. One time when I got jumped, they was looking for my buddy. We was walking out the train station. You got to the top of the elevator, and this nigga just hauled ass. I'm talking about like a deer, a gazelle or some shit. And I'm standing there, dumb as shit. 8th grade, dumb as shit, not realizing that you got to run too when you see when your man run, you run. And them niggas came over, surrounded me, beat the dog shit out of me. You know what I'm saying? And it was his beef. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, like you don't even. It don't even gotta be. You could just being proximal. You know what I'm saying?
Ark, those bullets missed you, so you could come on Ark Nation and tell us the truth.
You never been shot at, KB? KB.
What was your question, Wicked?
You ever been shot at?
No.
Oh, you sweet.
No.
Hey, I ain't never been shot at, but I definitely witnessed a few motherfucking shots. I'm talking about before I was on the job. When I'm on the job, I seen motherfuckers get killed, all type of shit. But like, I was on like the train a couple of times and I saw a motherfucker die.
Damn, they gunned them down or what?
Man, that shit was so fucking stupid. Them motherfuckers asked for it, and he definitely got it.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's not what they meant when they said bullet trains.
What people talking about? Our neighborhoods are safe. You want to go live next to? You want to go shop at some black businesses? Go ahead. I'm black. I live here. Okay. I live in this HOA protected community. My neighbor over here, he just got the $80,000 truck the other night. Not worried about it because he knows we all got guns here. We will put some shit out on your ass. You walk up over here looking like you don't belong. Why the fuck would I want to live in a ghetto? You got your goddamn mind? I don't feel safe around my own people. Are you fucking
Mark, he
kidding
sounds
me?
kind of like you.
Never. I
Damn.
live in white America because this is where I'm safe. I'm safe here. Have a good day. Fucking black unity.
That's your cousin, Mark?
Think about
I
that
mean,
shit.
literally, he sounds like you, not in rhetoric.
Like
I
who?
mean,
Oh,
kind of
like
like that
I.
too. No, like Mark.
Uh,
His voice kind of sounds like Mark to me.
man, I think about what he said, bro. That's deep.
Motherfucker. I ain't gonna let no car pass me by and I look at it.
How do you determine like if it's an op in the car or if it's like a regular person, like, and they got tints? Like, how do you know? Like, you know?
Don't.
Don't matter.
Like he said, we'll know niggas low, but fuck all that. What not even me knowing a nigga low. I don't give a fuck if it's a U-Haul. I'm watching it. Anything come through the block weird. You wiggle that wheel, we gonna know. Yeah, homies. Fifth Street. And if you come through this block down here, coming down Josh Stone flying and fuck up, I know you're not from the block. You driving stupid, you're gonna fuck up right at the bump. Dead homies. You gonna fuck up at the bump. We gonna tear you up.
How y'all feel like the gang culture influenced y'all lives growing up?
Shit, that shit fucked us up. I ain't gonna lie. That shit made niggas. Yeah, homie, that shit fucked us up, bro. And that shit not cool. That shit not cool, but shit, nigga can't turn back. It is what it is. Yeah, we get through the fucking street, bro.
Y'all make sure nobody hit me.
Oh, that's my boy. My bad. Gang class. Yeah. Type shit.
So, like, what kind of people did y'all grow
Wake
up with?
up.
Like, was y'all mostly around black people? Was it Mexicans?
What?
Was it both? Like,
I have to check.
Ark, what is your contingency plan?
Yes. Do you have a co-present option? Or at least keep the phone on that Wicked has the number for?
Somebody have
Of course you're asleep. You can't even string a sentence together.
I gotta get a moderator for the not a moderator, but
Out of curiosity, has anyone ever co-hosted other than me?
Not that I've seen.
Yeah,
Not that I'm the man for the job necessarily.
Yo, he should ask these some words here.
I vote for
Why
Hot
don't they
Black.
aim? Like, hey, why don't you guys aim when you shoot? Have you guys thought about it? Considered it?
Is that the ops don't aim? That's right.
Yeah, like when you shoot at the ops, have you guys considered aiming the gun?
Spray and pray, baby.
Yeah, but this is like that's the hood. Like the motherfuckers ain't doing a fucking thing, man. Those motherfuckers are fucking dry and boring and shit, man. That shit is whack, yo. Like that's what people want to do. They want to be. That's like being from the hood. What they doing right there.
Authentically black.
Yeah, I mean, in their defense, work does suck.
Yeah. Okay. It says managing moderator can manage block words and change chat modes in live, and also has capabilities of. I don't know. I gotta look that up, but yeah.
Just make sure that your ringer is on, because when I've called you recently, you should be off or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I gotta yeah, y'all gotta email me so I can give y'all my number, man. You gotta email me. I don't want to put it out there.
Just get a basic pay-as-you-go phone that you can share the number with, and then everyone can ring you, which isn't your main number.
Yeah, no doubt. I got two phones. I got two phones, but one of my phones is my work phone, and I don't want people to You know what I'm saying? I don't want that to ring because I'll be working on it.
Yeah, I got two
I'd rather,
phones, one for the plug and one for the hose.
yeah, I would rather just come to my regular phone. Because nobody calls me. Like, listen, I go days if my mother or my wife don't call me or my daughter. You don't know nobody call me. I don't like get no calls. It'd be spam, potential spam. It'll say potential spam on that joint or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yo, how's your guy? Remember your guy who you said got he got put in a crazy house? How's he doing? You know what I'm
Oh,
talking about?
DC Hotel. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
feel
how's he
bad for
doing?
him, man. I don't know, man. I gotta check up on him, man. He
Yeah.
in jail last time that
Mm.
I spoke
Oh
to him.
shit.
Last time I
You,
kind
you,
of heard him.
Those are good videos, Doc. Shout
yeah,
out to
I was
that
gonna
guy.
say that. I hope he's doing good, but those videos are good. You should play them for the nation sometime. They'll enjoy
Yeah,
it. Those are interesting.
I never
How's
would have
your
thought he would end up in jail.
How's your friend with the son who I think he wanted to go to Temple University? Did he end up
That's
going?
That's
him.
what I'm
That's
talking
him.
about.
That's him. That's what I'm
Oh,
talking
that's
about.
it.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's him.
okay. Wow.
Yeah, no, his son ended up not going to Temple. They said that I influenced him not to go to Temple.
Yeah, I saved them, man. You just never know with Philly. Shout out Necktown.
Let's see this, man. Salute everybody, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button, man. Support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat. Um,
Nick, that
salute
would be a
the
fun co-host.
salute the Deluxe 247, aka Cal Ripken, aka the real MVP, coming through once again. Shout out to my man Savage Red in the building, man. Savage Red. Salute to Brian. He says, "Peace out. Sun is out, heating up out here." Um,
Sun's
yeah,
out, Glack's out.
yeah. He said, hey, but yeah, it's yeah. The sun is we gonna get to some of this crime that's happening now. Let me check in on this lady one more time, man.
She probably
This
hit 1 million already. That'd be
yeah.
crazy.
Let's. He said, found. He said, found treasure. Okay, yeah.
Exactly. What happened? It's okay. He about to go viral.
My sister was saving the table for us while we ordered our food.
Dude, she has
Look
a
at all those
newborn.
chairs in the
Go
background.
ahead.
Yeah, you don't get it.
I want to stand up. I mean, wait.
He was with two ladies and one of them didn't have a chair. Bro, give her your chair. Don't take ours.
I know you don't, but that's a gentleman. You don't have to. Am I with a woman?
At this point, I wasn't paying attention to what he was saying because my
Fuck you, white
3-year-old was
bitch.
next to me and told me, Mommy,
Those are
I'm
pretty.
scared.
You scaring her, man. Your father, baby. What?
Latinx, bitch.
Yeah, say my baby is mixed.
What happened? It's okay. He about to go viral.
My sister
AKA
was
I
saving the table
fucked a
for
sud
us.
man. What do you call it?
He didn't punch her though.
Mud
You gotta give
mudletting.
him credit.
I mean, the best thing to do for a female in this case is just let the brother be the brother. You know, let him go on his
Yeah, let
way.
the Wookiee win. Shit.
Fuck it, let him take the
Yeah,
chair and he's out of your life, man. Fuck it.
exactly. And I know it's probably like, damn, why couldn't he get one of the chairs at one of the empty tables? But it's still like
He
he'll
wanted
kill
your
you.
chair.
Like he'll punch you in the face.
I
Like
thought
as
he
hard
said
as
if
a
I
man.
was a woman.
At best, he'd punch her in the face.
Yeah, like your life is on the table. Like once you get into a confrontation with him, your whole life is pretty much, like not necessary. It's not guaranteed you're gonna die, but it's on the menu. Your life
Oh
is on the
man, yeah,
menu.
it's up there.
You know what
The
I'm saying?
the chances are uncomfortably high, man.
Yeah. If he just punches you in the face as hard as he would a man, like breaks every bone in your fucking right side of your face, you won.
Right.
Salute
But
to
but
Daniel, man. He said donation towards the edification of the Glider Nation, away from the Yakub Nation of the Central train station. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this brother right here, yeah, he might have spit on him. Like if he spit on you, if he hog spit on you in your face, you won.
Right. I
Yeah,
mean,
but I think
look.
they said, "You're not being a gentleman," and he said, "If I was a woman, something, something."
No, he said I'm with a woman.
Yeah, he said,
I'm
"Ain't I with a woman?"
Oh,
with a
okay.
woman. I'm like, I don't see a woman. Where the woman at?
Oh, you mean the big back over there, right?
Yeah, the woman holding him back. Let's see this.
Uh-oh.
Cookout. Oh, they go to cookout, y'all.
Damn, no invite.
They got some man on a horse.
Zero intention of cleaning up after themselves.
Nah, they don't.
I mean, the police can shut it down, but you can say, "Can you give us 5 minutes to pack up our stuff?" Zero intention. There'll be some white janitor who will do it.
Yeah. How did you know that Suns were the first Cowboys?
I just assumed so.
They were the first musicians too.
Shit, they were the first Chinese.
They were the first horses.
This right here is it's just a different culture. Like if I've been to festivals, with like just white people and shit like that. Like it doesn't look like this, man. It doesn't have to. Like just because you're having a lot of people in one place like that, it doesn't mean that it has to be trash everywhere.
Yeah, it's kind of impressive, like the rate that they litter. It's like
It doesn't have to be like
boggles the mind.
they make it seem like, well, it's a lot of people. No, it doesn't. That has nothing to do with it. It does. It just
They litter.
Yeah.
They litter more than they use. Somehow.
Yeah. This
I'm
right
telling
here.
you, I've seen it, where it's like, how in the fuck do they come to litter?
This is Brazil. This is Brazil. Please, they fucking these little kids from the favelas and shit. The little kid from the favelas, they come to the city and steal people's shit.
I wonder if we call them the Sun word.
Yeah. Got his money and ran off. Fuck you, idiot. Got this old woman, got her shit. Oh, that's his man. Got his necklace and shit. Oh no, they came back and got it. Okay, they didn't get it the first time.
Should have tucked his chain in his shirt.
She got hers. He just asked her. He just asked her for her headphones. Well, he just walked up and took her headphones smooth.
He's a
She
gentleman.
didn't wanna, she just gave it to him.
Like she knows.
That was pretty chill, actually.
Yeah,
she knows.
Organized crime.
Jesus.
Yeah. She listen.
How about we just skip the part where you beat the shit out of me and just give you the headphones?
Right. She's very smart. And look, think about it, right?
Well, for her, 19-pound headphones are not worth her life.
Exactly. Like she just go. It could be a CVS at the corner. She just go in there and get some more headphones for the price of like a cup of coffee at Starbucks and shit. Rather than like this fucking sun turd, like just like just fucking just like sending you to the fucking hospital and shit. You got fucking hospital bills and
You're
shit.
in a coma.
He got the phone too.
These are all children, right, Wicked?
Right. Great point, Pantheon. Fuck that 5-year-old.
Los niños.
Oh shit. Just reached into the bus and grabbed this shit. They're everywhere. Oh shit, drive by. They're everywhere. Watch this. Jump to the goddamn. Yo. They're everywhere. Yo.
Yeah, Brazil's full of Afro Latinos.
Like, with a lot of flavor.
Well, they took the most slaves.
Yeah, from
The
Angola.
Portuguese.
You would think America took the whole, you know, the African
The Portuguese got carried away. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
They got
The Portuguese were more brutal too.
Yeah, way more brutal. But they when they came to they were the first ones to come to Africa.
They were the first and the last.
Yeah,
They were kind of the pioneers of African slave trading.
Yeah, when they came, that tribe they encountered was such savages that they just
went all the way.
It was put it like this. I can find the book. I wonder if there's an audio book for it though, of the like the memoirs, the chronicles of those Portuguese. Yeah, it's a forgotten story, the time, but it's chronicles. Like no one ever talks about it, but there's plenty of books about the Portuguese.
I know the Portuguese were the first and the last to stop. The Dutch were the last to start and the first to stop. The British, French, and Americans were kind of in the middle. And obviously, once Britain stopped, they influenced America and France to stop. So
Yeah.
I think the Spanish were closer to the Portuguese.
It was there 100 years before Columbus. So it's like they had colonies in South America 100 years before Columbus. They went to America. They went to Angola and in Central African Republic and all that stuff, and they encountered those people they make Negroes in Negro land look like nothing, because remember Negro land is like from like the 1800s and the 1700s. After
on the coasts, not much further inland.
Yeah, exactly. But also after years of contact with white people. The Portuguese contacted them when they had never been contacted with white people before. And those motherfuckers, that shit is crazy. I'm gonna look for it. I'm gonna try to do a show on it. And I'm not saying that the Portuguese was right for what they did, because they were horrible. They were brutal. They were like savages. The Portuguese were savages too. They were savages. Like two savage.
Yeah, they were insane.
Two savage cultures, but one had been through the Stone Age and the Bronze Age and the Iron Age, and one was still in the Wood Age. So two savage cultures, one in the Wood Age and one in the Iron Age meet.
I've never heard of Wood Age before. That's a new one.
Yeah, it was the Wood Age. I was in the Wood Age, man.
The Mud Age.
Yeah.
The Dirt Age.
I'm just gonna video.
I can't, but I'm not gonna do it. So
These robbers are stuck inside the store. They stuck.
Robbers.
They're trying to
Those crooks.
robbing the store. Hell no, boy. We need for these people to get prosecuted and get prosecuted the right way. The court system in this.
I mean, seriously.
How y'all getting caught, bro?
Oh no! Look, what they doing now?
They're trying to open the back. They're not gonna get. Yeah, they're not gonna do it.
They still grabbing stuff like they're getting out.
Man, here they come! Here they come! Here they come!
Here they come.
They got these guys. I don't know if they can do anything.
What happened to the response time of the cops?
I know,
man?
seriously.
This lady had called me.
The response time is so.
This is taking forever. So we got these guys that are holding the door. We got the robbers.
It's the black man out there saying that.
We just walked out.
The robbers are stuck in the store. Boy, they just ruined their summer.
He had just walked out of here.
These people never realize that the response time is low because of things they did just 5 years. Like these people just 5 short years ago were talking about defund the police, get rid of this unit, get rid of that tactical unit, get rid of this unit. over policing, put body cams on all the cops. These same people were talking all that same shit 5 years ago. So the response time is a product of that, the blue flu, all that stuff. That you know what I mean. So and also
The
it's also
shortages.
the crime that's going on. Like whatever cop, apparatus is still left as the focus on the black crime that's within in the city, in the neighborhoods. It's probably some fucking shooting going on right now on some side of town. That's that the cops are headed that way, and they don't have time for this. They hear this over the. I can imagine being a cop and hearing like, some shoplifters. It's like, all right, well, somebody get over there. Everybody, all the other cops probably like, well, somebody's gonna go over there. Somebody's gonna go over there. Somebody's gonna go over there. Like, I'm waiting for the big shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting for the important shit. And it nobody ever ends up going over there because everybody probably think like somebody else gonna go over there.
And they came in with masks. Here it comes.
Here it comes. Oh. He saw a gun or something. I don't know what he saw. What did he see? Yeah, they're scared.
Come on.
They're scared now.
For that girl.
She's just like, yeah, might as well. Who's she talking to? Here they come with the ladder. Y'all watch it.
Oh, they're trying to break the door down.
They're using tools. Fascinating.
Oh, she ran all the way around.
Goodbye, Wood Age.
Say hello to the latter age.
Still, how they think they're going to get out?
They think they're going to break the back door open.
Yeah, because they probably waiting for them out back, too.
Wait, they're using the ladder to batter the door down?
These are really dumb robbers right here.
They're putting holes in the wall.
A word they're.
I mean, that's a big dude right there in the black. Big.
Respect.
I'd be scared of him.
They in here breaking the.
I mean, they're tearing this place up. That's a crazy
Police stood that.
I told you.
The first group to invent the battering ram before the wheel.
We ain't gonna be shopping here again.
If only they could have taught their ancestors this tactic.
That's crazy.
I'm just gonna video.
The police never showed up. God damn. Oh shit. Police never showed up. Oh, this is bystanders. Okay. I don't know if you
cameras had not only body cameras but cell phone cameras have really shown what cops have been dealing with forever. I mean, are we gonna pretend like some people just started behaving like this when?
I don't know.
In the 80s.
Right, because of crack. They've
Let's blame crack.
They've been acting like this since 1720.
$250,000 was raised for a woman who called a child the N-word.
What happened?
A woman was at a park where she found a 5-year-old boy and started calling him the N-word. A stranger saw her and started recording her and said, "Why did you call that child the N-word?" She said, "Because he is one." The woman looked to be over the age of 40.
Oh my God.
She then called the person recording the N-word and said that child stole from her child, and that's why she called him that, because he deserves it and he's acting like one. The recorder couldn't
Who
believe
talks to a
it.
child that way? How old was the child?
The child was about 5 years old, and he was artistic. As a result, her name, address, and social security number
Artistic.
and she raised $250,000 to relocate.
To relocate?
And guess what? Yes, 4,000 people donated and gave her the money.
Gave her the money?
Yeah. $250,000. Her number and workplace were also exposed.
Wow, what type of world do we live in where people are defending active racists and horrible people online that are detrimental to the children of our society?
She posted that she's not going to live in fear and refuses, which is ironic because she taught the black kids to now live in fear.
You reap what you
like
sow.
her.
If you're a horrible person, horrible things are going to happen.
She
to
didn't
you.
deserve
That kid will not be in fear.
Another country we all live in.
Jesus
Christ. Have we seen anything with the child's parents? Like, has anything about the child's parents come out, like a video or?
If that kid was really 5, There'll be some black woman with a 5-year-old on her lap begging for go Gibson go money. I promise you, that kid wasn't 5.
I mean, we'll probably see that tomorrow morning.
It's funny, Jarrell.
You talking about a payday? You can get you a quick 20,000 at the very least. That kid's mom.
You think so?
I just want to talk a little bit about this situation going on right now with conservatives about the woman that said the N-word to a child. And they're acting like this is some type of free speech issue or anything of that nature.
Why does he say
Let me just make
Edward?
this clear. The powers that be, they want to brainwash low-level thinking, low IQ
Because it adds credence to
into
it
some type
being
of race
so
war for
offensive
distraction.
that even
And I
he,
think
as a
it's
black
working.
person,
It
can't
worked on
say
the
it.
left. It worked on the left for the last 4 or 5 years. And conservatives were kind of fighting back against it. And now conservatives have just went full in engaging in this race war on the side of, I guess, what they claim to be white people. So I don't think the race war is starting. I think the race war has clearly already started, at least on social media. Now, I'm in Nashville right now, and I was just with a bunch of white people, and nobody cared about this nonsense y'all talking about. But it seems to be going on because I think we have lost sight of what just happened. And this is why I say a lot of y'all are evil people. And I am literally unfollowing every person who condones this. Especially if you claim to be some influencer, especially if you claim to be a Christian, because you are evil. Let's just talk about what happened. Do any of y'all have children, siblings, nieces, nephews? I'm not even talking about a kid with autism. Have you ever been in an airport?
I can bet siblings have called each other much worse.
I can't believe Bryson Gray would be such a bitch like this. I can't believe it.
Who's Bryson Gray? I don't know.
He was artistic.
And do you notice he also said, white people are engaging in the racisms, which means that before it was just black people doing it to white people. And it was fine because they weren't coming back to them. But now they're coming back. They're engaging in it.
If you are like a conservative figure like Bryson Gray, this is the things that you should sit the fuck down. You don't say anything. Let us play out. Let this thing play out.
Yep.
When you have children in public, sometimes they might touch somebody else's stuff. And this is a moment where
Keep your hands to yourself.
Other people's stuff. But it's a child. It's a child, no matter the race. I've been around all races of children. And at first I thought that the child went through her purse, but now I found out the fact is the child simply went through her diaper bag. What's the worst he can steal out of a diaper bag?
Women keep a lot of stuff in there.
And all you have to do is say, "Hey,
nappy bags.
Don't touch that. That's mine," and take the bag away. This is like a very simple thing. Not only that, when you add in the extra layer that this was a kid with autism, so now we're talking about a kid that's already a child that's going to do childish things. Now we're talking about a kid with autism, and y'all think it's right for her to call this kid the N-word. Now, for y'all people with children, if you have a lot of children, you take your kids out, because I've been with a lot of conservatives and a lot of children and kids, they roam around. What if another person called your child a name, a bitch, or a cracker, or any derogatory or
Tell him stop stealing.
Simply because they just touched something of theirs? What would you do if that was done to your child? And this is where I know that it's not about logic anymore. It's not about rationale. This is about pure emotion and racial tribalism. And I don't want to be associated, and I want to make it clear that I'm against anybody doing it. And I'm going to say this again. A lot of liberals, they were right about conservatives, just like a lot of conservatives are right about liberals. And I'm not saying this is all conservatives. But the people that are doing this, bro, y'all are not Christian. Y'all are demonic, evil beings, bro. Period, point blank, y'all are evil. Y'all are evil, bro. And y'all are having a race war right now. I hope it's fun. I'm not engaging in it. I'm in a war between good and evil, and you are evil. So that's why I'm calling out y'all evil people right now. And I just think it's disgusting. Y'all are disgusting individuals, bro. Simple.
I can never be convinced that a word is so bad. I'm sorry.
No, he was artistic. That's the
So
real issue here.
I just want to talk a little.
And as I said, if your child has special needs like that or is on a spectrum, as a parent, you should be more vigilant than even, in quotes, a normal child. Because they're trying to minimize like him going through her bag. He could have been, I mean, she has an 18-month-old. She could have been in the sand pit with him and be looking, and this child is like rifling back. And maybe because he's autistic, she already told him no. Then she goes back to her child, turns around again, and he's back in her bag and in her space.
I go to the playground a lot, right? Autistic kids don't just be running around with the other kids. Autistic kids be like, their parents be like helicopter parents.
Exactly.
Parents don't just let their kids. Parents don't just let the autistic kids run around.
I mean, you're talking about the worst stewards, though.
I don't think the kid was autistic. I think that's just the.
It's a lie.
Extra shit.
Because even when the Somali man panned the camera, he was standing there while he was on the climbing frame watching them.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the name Shiloh, Hendrix? If you haven't, I'm bringing quite big attention to her today. She is your new American white hero. And guess what she's accredited with, guys? For calling a 5-year-old autism boy the N-word. Yes, you heard me right.
Autism boy.
And she called the 5-year-old autism boy the N-word.
He said it again.
And called the cameraman who was challenging her about calling a child the N-word and telling her how that was disdain speech. She turned around and called him the N-word on camera, guys. 5 times, put her middle finger up and say, F you. Shiloh Hendrix. And then turned around, guys, after she was called out and started a fundraiser on Give, Send, Go. And has almost raised $250,000, guys. Now, they get on us for fundraising for issues and things like that and standing up for self-defense. But this little...
She
and
calls out
Wicked.
was she doxed?
$250,000.
Semantics, isn't it? But it's
Wicked.
interesting, Ak, because remember the story you did where the mother left her 3 children, what were they, under 12, in the house by themselves and would just drop off food, barely drop off food for her. That did not even go viral. That didn't even, I don't even think it got out.
And it was 3 moms, remember? It was 3 stories in that same little week of black moms doing this stuff.
Yes, the one in the car, homeless,
exactly.
All of them.
None of them went viral. None of them cared about any of those stories.
But an N-word that we hear in literal society, music, movies, everything. That is the most offensive thing that has been heard in spring 2025. It's ridiculous.
Hey, Wicked said the context. I think you alluded to say the context wasn't great. I would say it's great because look at all the money she raised. The timing of this is perfect.
Yeah.
For calling a 5-year-old black boy that got autism the N-word. Let that sit in. Go down in the comment and prove me wrong. Where have I gotten this wrong? Shiloh Hendrix. Give, Send, Go. Y'all call him out.
Shallow.
$250,000 for calling a 5-year-old autism boy N-word in Rochester.
Not the poor autism boy.
So this
Not the island boy, but the autism boy.
They've been posting this. They've been trying to say this is Shiloh Hendrix. But this is not a picture of her.
Her baby looks like it's from the mountain of Caucasus.
Yeah,
Whose goddamn white baby is that?
I've seen this several times though. Like this is being put out there. This picture, and they're like, white supremacists gonna be mad, and it's like, yo, they just lie so much. Black people lie so much online. They just lie. They just put anything out there. Here goes the Somali guy, man.
Flash news to everybody. If investigations are happening on a serious crime which I was being accused of was the past.
This guy better just shut the fuck up.
Assaulted somebody. Assaulted, I should say, in the English terminology.
I don't know. It feels like he has a child in his cupboard right now. I don't know. He just gives off
proving
vibes.
that I have never done anything wrong.
So creepy.
And the case was dismissed. Why am I guilty of something in a court of law dismissed? Tell me, why am I?
Because you're a son, man.
Man, man, they would have dragged you into the village square and chopped you into pieces.
This is America. Flash news to everybody.
And I'm trying to hear his accent because Amanda in the chat said apparently he's from Britain, which I said would make sense. Because he probably still has family there claiming benefits.
He probably like assaulted his cousin or some shit like that.
Yeah, that's why it's dismissed.
Yeah, the girl didn't press charges. She dropped the charges. So yeah.
So delicious, so delicious. You know, a lot of people are wondering, why are white people supporting this woman out of nowhere? What's going on? Why are you supporting this woman? She's a single mother with tattoos, and people are calling her white trash, and what the hell? And that's a very good question. Why? Well, I thought about it. And it's actually very easy to understand. Shiloh Hendrix is the straw that broke the camel's back. White people have seen enough.
I think you said that yesterday, Ak.
Several decades.
Mm-hmm.
And we have had enough. And I say we, and people don't like, what do you mean we? Yes, we white people have had enough. As a collective, we are becoming a collective. You are forcing us into a collective, and we are now merging into one. And it's going to be FAFO from this point on. And what do I mean by that?
We're going to be
None of
donating
your
like
stupid
crazy.
words are going to work anymore. Racist, anti-Semite, Nazi, nobody cares. But people have brought up this question. Why is Shiloh Hendrix getting more support than Austin Metcalf's family? Why are people supporting her so much more than anyone who's been raped or put in jail like the January 6ers and who can barely get any support? Why? Well, because like I said,
like the guy who filmed her.
People have had enough, and this was it right here. But there's a reason why people had enough. And the reason was because of Austin Metcalf. White America, which is in shambles and isn't united just yet, but it's going to get there, saw a black man, or rather animal, stab a white person in the heart over a chair, over a seat. And we saw Black America support this murderer. This is no different than watching Israelis laugh in Telegram channels supporting the genocide, seeing babies blown to pieces and making jokes. Oh, I saw Black Twitter like, Growl found out. Should have stepped up to him, got what he deserved. Blacks putting videos, if you crack a step up to me, I'm going to stab you too. Well, yeah, you know what? Whites had enough of this now. The white devil's back. Hi, how are you?
And he's got his
even me,
wallet
I had
out.
enough. I've been very cordial with other races. I've been trying to unite everyone as possible. There's just some portions, I'm going to say a big majority of portions of these other races that are impossible to be allies with, and frankly, can never be. And I don't care about them. So I feel bad for the minorities of the minorities who are good people among the people you live on, who don't represent you. You know, I have 2 black neighbors. They're wonderful people. They go to work. They have families.
Wake up.
They're intact. I've been friends with them for a decade. Never had an issue. They'll never stab me. They'll
Listen
never
to
kill my
this
family.
proud white man.
Yeah, I mean, he never really got to it. He says, he said, this is on her gift single. Don't worry, the 20's not fake. Austin Metcalf's real dad. Thank you for being stronger than I am. Damn, it's crazy.
There's a mom, Shiloh Hendrix, going viral on the internet right now. She told a kid who, by the way, when you actually look at the picture, the kid is like pretty decent sized child. He was rummaging through her bag and stealing her children's, I guess, toys or whatever out of her bag. She tells him to fuck off, essentially, which when you look at the video, the guy filming the video, he's a Somali Hassan, whatever. He's a pedophile, actually. He's going to court in a little bit for raping an underage girl after offering her a place to stay. So that's your great people. And this is just like, this is whites having enough of it. We're sick of being bullied in our own country. You have this guy, he's not even from here. He's got a fucking accent. He's a convicted pedophile in a playground in a park. So what are you doing there anyway? He's swarming the streets, and now he's trying to get her life ruined. He's like, oh, this is hate speech. There will be consequences. I'm sorry. This is America. You have free speech in this country. So go and support her. She's got like a gifts and go up. But this is great. This is white people finally being fed up with this shit. And the fact that we have brown people trying to take away white people's rights in a white country when we have the Constitution and freedom of speech, and they come from their shit countries where you can be locked up for hate speech. This is just disgusting. This is everything wrong with immigrants. This is everything wrong with brown people in our fucking country. And this is why we need to kick them all out. Because they not only come to our country and rape our children, but they also come to our country and try to impose their third world religion and their third world laws on us. This is white people's country. This is a white country for white people. These people are not welcome, and I'm glad to see people are finally standing up. So stand with her, and everybody's trying to, shit on her and spin the narrative and ruin her life. But if you can give some to her, because W mom of the year, and show some hate to him as well.
I think
Fisherman
with
might
this
have a
next
problem with this one, too.
generation, some of them are super based.
Yeah.
I think in the next few years, people
Mom,
or white
Shiloh
people
Hendrix going
in
viral.
America will just say anything that comes out of their mouth without thinking about it because it's just so tiring. I can't imagine
which is what
it's just too much.
Yeah, which is what I've been saying they should do. And it's like, oh no, the repercussions. It's like, who gives a monkeys? Yeah,
Actually, the brown and the black coalition, they're not really offended.
Of course they're not offended.
The demonic Jew screw masters are the ones offended for them.
Big Larry in the building. Shout out to Big Larry. Shout out to my man DM, man. He says, do we know for sure that the kid is 5? That he is autistic? So far, everything we know is based on the words of a Somali PDF. How does he know? Still waiting on the parents to decline. I told you, man, if there was a 5-year-old white kid there, there'd be some woman begging people to go to her GoFundMe because her child is in distress.
What they will do, is they will try and find someone from Rochester or other nearby communities and cities. They will try and find some kid with Down syndrome or something, or autism syndrome, and then they will try and put it on that
planting. Yeah, there's no kid. That scene was probably just chaotic. I don't think that it was a psyop or shit like that. I just think that it was probably just like, because I go to the playground with my daughter and shit. Like, it's like, the parents, they might have a bench where the parents sit, or some parents are standing up. Some parents are pushing their kids on the swing. But like, it ain't like it ain't like where like things like that would it just it's not normal for something like that to jump off at the playground. So it must have just been like a very like chaotic scene where it just happened and then boom, it was over. I don't think that this was like no big. I think that you could have been on the other side of the playground and probably not known that this was going on.
But
Yeah,
my thing
what
is
I
how do we doubt that there was a 5-year-old, but we're not gonna like question that he was a PDF? Like what if he wasn't a
But
PDF?
there's an article in the local
but
paper.
he's convicted.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
about
they
There was
dropped
an
the charge.
article.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
dropped
had
the charge.
pictures in the name apparently.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Like that's what I was saying
what I
earlier. That's
actually
apparently
think
the
is
only
that
proven
it's a
thing so
slightly
far.
older child.
So
I think it's a slightly
I wonder
older
why they
child who
haven't
lives
grabbed his ass
close
then. He should
by.
be fucking arrested for this then. If they could
I
prove
think
that
it's a
he was
slightly
there,
older
that was
child.
him, they should lock his ass up.
I think it's a slightly older child who lives close by and has probably gone to the park by himself and has done that, and an adult has told him off, and he's probably gone home and not told his parent what happened.
But now you sound like Brown Sugar though. I mean, you're like adding to story shit that
I'm
you
not adding to. I
know.
just gave my opinion. There's no adding.
Right. Well, okay. Well then,
It's an opinion.
let me rephrase myself. You sound like Brown Sugar.
In what context? In what way?
She be doing what you just did. Like, oh, like how do we know that someone did it? You know, she be adding shit like you just added.
Yo, could you
I didn't
imagine
add.
Brown Sugar with a fusion
I
of
gave an
English and
opinion
Memphis
based
accent?
on
With
what
the
we
what?
know.
No, I can't.
You can imagine her with what?
Memphis and English accent?
Guys, look at this sun woman's face and the smile on her face. This is her time to shine. So a white woman calls a black child an N-word, and it gives her so much joy.
For racist white women who racially attack and traumatize black children. I mean, a special place in hell where they burn ever so slowly for eternity. Meet Shiloh Hendrix.
Wow. There's a special place in hell where she wants that woman to burn slow for eternity over this. That's alarming, man.
That's coming from someone who is godless and doesn't believe in God.
That's coming from someone who, if that same child had gotten shot in her and she'd be sitting on the porch one day sipping some fucking lemonade and some local thugs had come through, sprayed the block, and that child had gotten shot, and the police came through and were like, yo, anybody seen anything? She would have just got up and went in the fucking house and closed the shades.
And also, this saying the offended by everything, ashamed of nothing, is really applicable all the way around. Because, for example, this woman, she is acting offended about that white woman calling the black child an N-word, and then acting like she is a God-fearing or God-believing woman. So she's really not ashamed to cosplay like a God believer. Really
No, she's awful. This woman, if she's black, she's grown up in the most wicked and debaucherous. Think about the things she's seen as a black woman her age. Let's just start there. The things she's seen, and her hatred for white people is so deep that she wants this white woman to burn slowly in hell for eternity for this act. Just think about what a black woman in her 40s has seen. And you know what I mean? Like, just think about that.
Well, maybe she lives around gliders entirely, so she hasn't.
It doesn't matter. Let's think about it. If you're a black person in your 40s, it don't matter if you moved around white people. Like, what about school and shit? What about the neighborhood? What about childhood? What about the things you've seen in your life where you probably don't want those people to burn in hell for eternity? But this white woman, for using a word, you want to
Well,
slow.
I'll put it this way. I think that Shiloh probably was following the Austin Metcalf case. So, that could really piss some people off. I'd be willing to bet she was.
Our sweet friend, Stop Resisting, is on the back.
I think a lot of people regular people that don't frequent the internet don't know anything about this shit. They know it in passing. It's
I
like
figure
any
it's
other
all
thing.
over TikTok or something.
No, but TikTok is not the world. Like TikTok is not the
But
world.
she probably uses TikTok.
No, what I'm saying is like she probably knows that happened, but she like most people ain't up to date on all these stories like that. They just know.
I'm just talking about this woman.
This woman, let's just say she got kids, and she, she's unemployed. Well, unemployed, she might be on online a lot if she's unemployed.
For sure.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe she does know about it. Yeah. But yeah, most people don't know about these stories. When I talk to people, like nobody I know knows about. Well, this was last year, but knew about FBA or ADOS. Like none of the black people that I just know in life. Like, what's that? What's FBA? Like they don't know these things. These online phenomena. They don't know what those things are. You'd be surprised. And then when they do know, it's like they got the wrong information. They got the black information. Like the people the people I know that know about the Austin Metcalf thing, they got all the wrong information. But they don't even care. Like it's no big deal. It's just some black kid killed a white kid. It ain't as serious to them as it is to the people online who are fighting the war, the culture war. This is online. There's nobody in my town that's like changed. Like the tenor of my white town, the vibration is not changed one bit since this Austin Metcalf thing has happened.
You're not noticing the rising happening?
No. Nobody.
The great opening of
wallets.
wallets.
The white people I know talk that talk about that know about it. They were all conservative. They were never liberals. And then they didn't know anything about it really. They just knew like the news, the latest news from it like a month ago. Like when it happened. They didn't know any of the updates or anything like that. You know what I mean? A lot of this stuff is just online. A lot of this stuff is just basically fought online. And since black people are overrepresented online, a lot of foolishness happens online because black people are 13% of the population, but they're probably 50% of the people that are active online, well, if not more.
I sent a video on the back chat. This is black people turning up in the Philippines. Play it if you have time.
Looks funny. Wicked's in the back too.
Don't let him in.
Yeah, I don't know if you played this one already, but there's a Patel female that beats his bladder female using the N-word against his one.
You said what?
Son sister. This Patel female is on camera using the N-word to this son sister too. I put that in the back chat too. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That woman. Yeah. She was the I remember she's in the car. Yeah. She kind of like she don't get enough credit for kind of like what I mean. Yeah. Because she lost everything. She was a banker. She worked at a bank. She lost everything.
Mga residente ng Minglanilla sa Cebu na bahala sa mga kapitbahay nilang mga banyaga na nakunang nagmamarcha sa kalsada. Nagkakatakot kamakailan sa Minglanilla sa Cebu. Sa kanilang bayan daw kasi may gumagalang mga miyembro ng kulto at na-videohan daw nila ito. Sa video, ang mga lalaking nagmamarcha sa iisang linya. Lahat sila nakaitim. At sa
What?
Take the super chat off because no one can
Shout
see
out
the
to
subtitles.
shout out to Savrix, man. Long time no see. He says all I see is rabies when I look at those activists. Hey, shout out to Savrix, man. The subtitles not coming up good. It's not happening good. It's the translation.
Iconic can translate in real
You
time.
know, I can translate. But these people, they call themselves they call themselves ravenous bird, Jews and Hebrew Israelites, and they're running wild here.
Oh, this would yeah. Where are they?
It's in the southern Philippines, Cebu.
Napanood nila
Can you
online.
get us one where it's like English translation or subtitles? Because the subtitles not coming up good. They're so small, and it's subtitling in
In Filipino?
Philippine. Yeah,
Oh, it's
yeah,
useless.
yeah.
But I can translate, yes. But that's fine.
Yeah, man. Let's see. Let me see. Oh yeah, let me check on our queen, man. Joan of Park, man. Let's check on Joan of Park. Where you at, Joan of Park? Joan of Park.
She's got more than Karmelo now, right?
Last time she had 474 when we checked
She's
it. That was a
approaching
couple
fast.
hours ago. 484.
Damn.
Yeah, she's getting money, man. She's getting money. She's in the money. It says we all support you. Mother of solidarity.
Like, if this had happened 6 months ago, what would the reaction have been?
Oh, like $1,000.
6 days ago. It was happened 6. Oh no, 6. When did Karmelo happen? 6 weeks ago. I say Karmelo happened
March, I
6 weeks
think.
ago. 6 weeks ago. If it happened 6 weeks ago, it would have been The Suns forced this. They overplayed their hand. And they were such assholes about it. Like they swatted the dad. Even though I think that's white liberals that swatted the dad, because Sons don't really do shit like that. But Sons have been so openly in support. Like 99% of Sons support Carmelo Anthony. You know what I mean?
What percentage do you think?
99, damn.
What percentage do you think for Carmelo were gliders that donated versus sons that donated for this chick?
I think it's a lot of liberal gliders and Jews. So you got to mute yourself, whoever typing. It's a lot of liberal gliders and Jews that supported it. But yeah, it's Sons too. Sons never, any Sun movement is never Sons. Sons don't have the ability to organize like that, right? Like Sons wouldn't have the ability to pull that type of stuff together. We usually need like grifters. Like you need a grifter, black grifters, Jews, white liberals, things like that. And I think you got a lot of that behind the scenes. I do think there's a lot of gliders like donating, like instead of donating like $1,000, they'll donate like $10 like 100 times under different, you know what I'm saying, names or some shit, you know. And then you got like Shaniqua who will get $5. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Shaniqua ain't donating no $50 to no shit to Carmelo. Shaniqua don't tip. Like Shaniqua go to a restaurant, have a fucking $600 bill, like take the family out and like leave like $30 and shit. You know what I'm saying? Those type people not gonna do this. Give this thing go.
She's not trying to tip white waitresses, but for injustice, she will donate.
But still, like even for injustice, Shaniqua her contribution is gonna be like a TikTok, spreading awareness and making, you know what I'm saying? Like she ain't giving no fucking real money like that. Like niggas, she got hair and nails and shit like that, kids and shit. She not really like giving. Black people don't really do that. Black people not like now the church. Black people might get the donation plate at the church, but like other than that, man, black people don't do the stuff like that. We don't. This is white liberals and Jews and yeah, like I said, like $1,005 from different 1,000 Shaniquas and shit, and then maybe a couple Shaniquas here. I bet there ain't a black person that's not like a NBA player or a, you know what I'm saying, very wealthy that has given more than $200 or $100. You know what I mean? Like something like that. Like, whereas I think these donations for Shiloh, Hendrix, I think that, you know, these are more just regular white people. You know what I'm saying? Like regular class white people. There's no black people giving her money. There's it's just all white people. And listen, we've earned this, man. We've earned this. We've earned this.
Do you think the pendulum is really swinging the other way with gliders now, or do you just think this is like a little blip on the radar?
I think it's a blip. I think it's for sure a blip.
Yes, gliders, rise up and open your cash apps.
Right,
I
right.
think-
This is the straw that broke the camel's back, and the gliders are gonna do what?
No,
I
I
think
think
this
it's
is-
I think it's baby steps that of all the future situations and issues that happen like this, the support will keep growing, and it won't just be the person can get doxxed, but they'll have financial support and more people will speak out, and it's all baby steps.
The support will grow and grow until Give,
Yeah.
Send, Go becomes Jim Crow Send.
This is yeah, I mean, look, you can't deny this, right? This is something that like is real. Like whereas like some things you'd be like, you can't test it, you can't, you know, measure it. Like this is a measurable. This is as close to a measurable. Like because even like during the election, who do you think going to win? Well, this survey says this, and this survey says that. This is more tangible than a survey to me. You know what I'm saying? This is like a metric that you can rely on. So I wouldn't sleep on this. You know what I mean? Because especially when you look at like how many different donations there are, like this 17,000. Now we know some people have given more than once, but 17,327 people have given in just 2 days. Let's see Karmelo's gives and go. How many people have given to that? And that's been like up for like what? A month? At least a month, right?
Something like that.
And they've had press conferences and all that shit. And he's black and you know what I'm saying?
Has been on the case.
Yeah, nigga. Okay, so she's got 17,000 different supporters, 17,000 in 2 days, right? So now Karmelo Anthony, he's got 15,000. When was it created? Does it say when it was created?
How much does he have? 15?
15,000 people have.
That's still a lot, though.
Yeah. When was this created? What was the date? It was updated April 15th. So that's the last time they moved the thing up.
Is it more than 15 or is it 15? Because aren't they able to like manipulate that number, like withdraw the money or something like that? I don't know.
Shiloh's going to eclipse him then if he's only at 520.
She gonna get him tomorrow. She
Yeah.
gonna catch up with him tomorrow.
As she should. And she can move out of Rochester, out of, away from Sons and Somalis, go to a whiter area. And as I said yesterday, white business owners should help her out.
Give Send Go ought to put them up like both on the head page of the website and like mano a mano with them.
Wow.
Karmelo versus Shiloh.
Yeah, she's whooping his ass, man.
Race to the top.
Right.
Yo, is that lady in Rochester, Michigan, or Rochester, New York?
Minnesota.
Oh,
that's why we talk about Somalia. I'm sure you're familiar with the Somalia, like Somalia.
I want to do a throwback, man. A throwback for the people, man.
Throwback Saturday.
Yeah.
The crisis hasn't changed. That's what a longtime Milwaukee alderman says nearly 2 years after his task force made dozens of recommendations to curb reckless driving.
The 35-page report was issued in June of 2020. Fox 6 investigator Brian Polson showed
Ghost ride the whip.
whose record of violations is 2 pages longer than that.
If behavior has consequences,
Why y'all gotta I'm on a chase or something? I gotta catch up to you, right?
24-year-old Dyrell Chaplin
Why you gotta be grabbing? I just don't want you running.
doesn't seem worried.
I can't just give my name and stuff so I can hurry up the process. I really gotta go.
He has people to see
I gotta get to my mom's because I got a funeral in the morning for my auntie.
and live streams to host.
Running res in broad day, there's me.
When Milwaukee politicians talk about reckless drivers,
they literally have no respect for your life.
For those
They mean Sunmen.
beware.
We will do something.
they might as well call him by name.
Chaplain? Yeah.
In the last 3 years alone, police in southeast Wisconsin have stopped him 35
One for driving
times.
too slow.
66 miles per hour, stealing it on the viaduct is 30.
That's right, 35 times in just 3 years.
You got the worst driving record I've ever seen.
From blowing red lights to rolling through stop signs, cutting off traffic, and speeding. Lots and lots of speeding.
I'm in a wreck.
All of it with no plates, no registration, no insurance, and no license.
You don't know ID on you, Adam? No. Got driver's license on you? No. No driver's license? But I'll tell you my name's our pretty several times. Oh, you don't got your ID on you?
Yet every time police stop him,
Bro, you take over the speed, man, okay?
they let him drive away.
I mean, you just let him go to continue violating the law.
One officer even left him with this.
Do me a favor, slow down, right?
In case you missed it, that was a fist bump.
It's so disrespectful to everybody that has lost someone because of.
I'll give you that, brother, and that's a great point. But it's so disrespectful to everyone that's been told that the son man, he can't even step on his porch without the police chasing him around, and the police is just out here hunting.
They hunting us.
Yeah, it's disrespectful to them too, as well as to the people who have lost people.
Yeah, and I mean, in a logical world, like he
Driving
would be
like
locked
that.
up for a while. You know what I'm saying? Like in a fair world, they'd be like, okay, enough is enough. 2 years. You get 2 years, sit your ass down for a little bit. Think about what you did.
Yeah, but this is a democratic. This Milwaukee's very democratic. Is it worse than Chicago, or is it to the left of Chicago?
Man, I would say Chicago gotta be worse, man. Chicago's a shithole.
One, because of something like that, driving like that.
For Tristan Thomas, that someone was his sister.
It's been extremely hard.
Police say the man who caused the crash that killed Dwanetta Thomas last month had been driving with a revoked license for 5 years. So you can imagine what he thinks.
My blood was boiling.
Of drivers so enamored with their own reckless behavior, they record it.
You really have no regard for anybody else's life, much less your own.
Y'all know what the going on. We on center with it now.
You're out here thinking you're cool and you're really not.
We stop waiting with a man.
Because we can't wait any longer.
Mabel's right. Folks are just plain fed up.
Last year, under mounting public pressure, Milwaukee police launched the Traffic Safety Unit, or TSU, and put Captain Jeffrey Sun in charge.
This has got to be a full-scale approach to everything.
Between March 1st and August 31st last year, TSU officers wrote more than 15,000 speeding tickets. That's 4 times the same period in 2020 and triple that of 2019, before the pandemic. But Milwaukee Alderman Michael Murphy says tickets alone won't cut it with repeat offenders.
Take those tickets, look at them, throw them in the backseat of the car. Thanks very much. They drive off. That's exactly what happens.
Shove them up your ass.
$9,000 in fines from 73 municipal tickets.
I always got paper on.
Almost all of which remain unpaid.
It has moved to a whole different level of disrespect.
Tyrone Dumas wants the city to send a stronger message.
What's wrong with lowering the boom?
The county's former director of public works spent 10 years helping young drivers get suspended licenses reinstated. But with the recent surge in reckless behavior, his tone has changed.
One of my friends told me, he said, man, in your old age, you done got mean.
Consider what happened last summer.
I was doing 50. Yeah, speed limit is on 30.
When police and sheriff's deputies stopped Chaplin 8 times in 33 days.
I ain't running the stop sign.
Dude, I yield. My guy.
I yield.
I'm not here to mess with you, bro.
Every time.
Stopped as a white 4-door Chevy.
He was driving the same car, a white Infiniti G37.
Infinity and beyond. I bet you if you don't have your car for 30 days, you'll think about the fact that, ooh, there's a consequence.
In October, Dumas emailed his old pal, Jeffrey Norman, the city's new chief of police.
He responded.
He suggested officers crack down on reckless drivers by taking their cars.
And it was one of those, oh yeah, that makes total sense.
Police listened.
The chair votes aye.
The Milwaukee Fire and Police Commission approved a change in policy.
Now we have the option to tow the vehicle.
Starting May 1st, officers will be able to tow a reckless driver's car if the vehicle is unregistered and the driver was stopped for endangering public safety, exceeding.
Yo, it was still like, you gotta like.
All these stipulations.
It's like, yo, it's just like, man. And the Sun Man will literally cry about they had so many BLM marches. If you talk to the people in Milwaukee, they're gonna tell you like the white man is on their neck, and just unbelievable. If white people, now this is the thing. If white people really like change their voting habits, if Shiloh Hendrix makes white people look at stuff like this, like, oh my God, these niggas are literally playing us. I don't think that white people see it like that. I think white people are still like, oh, why can I say that? Why would I have to have my life ruined for saying the N-word? I don't think white people are like, Eureka, or the light bulb is going off. They're like, yo, they're playing us like shit across the board.
Yeah, it doesn't happen overnight.
I think white people are like a girl who like found a number in her boyfriend. She's washing her boyfriend's clothes and she found a number and he like told her, oh, I'm sorry, it was just that one girl. And she's like, okay, just don't talk to her anymore. And like she doesn't know that, like, yo, that's yo, he's probably out here doing way more than that. You know what I mean? I think white people are just like, you know, I don't think they're ready for like nothing major to where they'll vote differently. I think if that woman is liberal, she'll still vote for the Democrat politician. You know what I'm saying? In her town. If she moves, like that's the thing, we're paying for her we're donating for her to move away from that town, right? That liberal town of Rochester. Let's say we move her to like a Republican stronghold. She's going to go there and vote for the Democrat candidate.
Because her friends do, and she doesn't want to lose out in her social status.
Well, no, just because she's a fucking, just a dumb broad that just living her life. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even that deep to her. It's just like, okay, I'm just some dumb broad that just, you know, yeah. Like, all this is huge and everything. Like, she don't know that she never planned this. This ain't no psyop. This just happened organically. She's just some dumb broad. You move her to the Republican place and where it's order and clean and shit, and then some goddamn fucking blue-haired liberal pops up on the ballot with a D beside their name. She'll probably vote for her.
You think she's a liberal after what she said? And just unabashedly saying that? Yeah, I think she's based.
Liberals, yeah, she could be a liberal. Yeah, she definitely could be a liberal. I mean, conservatives ain't running around saying the N-word.
But I mean, a liberal and the N-word is like an oxymoron. Like that wouldn't cross your mind to say that in front of
but she was fed up. She was fed up, though.
I think they're two peas in a pod.
She was fed up. She was at her wit's end. She was stressed out. So this guy's recording her. You know what I'm saying? This big crooked teeth, fucking goddamn gargoyle looking Somali is following around with a camera.
Yeah, but the way I see liberal women is even after they get SA'd, they still don't. They'll still somehow find a way to blame the white man.
Yeah, I mean, but look, liberal women are kind of like black women. They call the police a lot on black guys. Liberal women are like that. Like they're like black women a little bit. It's like
in their minds,
they're proximal.
Of these liberal women in their minds, they're screaming the Sun word. They're saying it all the time.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Like who you think listens to Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion more likely, a liberal woman or a conservative woman? Who's more likely to know the lyrics to Sexy Red song or Meg Thee Stallion or fucking Kodak Black?
A libtard.
Right. So it's like conservatives ain't running around saying the N-word. Conservatives aren't running around doing that stuff. It's more liberal. I think that woman was fed up. If you look at her the way she is, she's got her baby in one arm. Her diaper bag's nowhere to be seen. The little kids right there. This fucking inbred Somalis chasing her around with a phone. It's a lot going on. He's begging her to say the N-word. She's like, okay, fuck you, nigga. Like, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just happened like that. I don't think
if you were oppressed, you wouldn't have to beg someone to say a slur.
Yeah,
you know?
it just happens. It just happened. You ain't never just been in a situation where shit just happens. You know, just happens. But he recorded it and put it online, and she got doxxed. And then, like you said, she probably knew about Karmelo Anthony situation, and she probably on a flyer, probably not thinking nothing of it, probably not even thinking that she was gonna get no money, but just putting it out there, and it blew up.
Well, she did say they were doxing her, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't she, instead of like putting up this give, send, go, and then, I mean, even what she said in that give, send, go was kind of like, yo, you know, we got to stand up for each other. We got to stand up for ourselves. A liberal woman, a glider would have been like apologizing and just bending the knee, capitulating to like, oh, I shouldn't have said that.
But there's different types of liberals. There's different types of liberals. You got bleeding heart liberals. You got cucks. You got fucking, like, for instance, right? Like, back in the day, before 2020, right? I used to use this site in DC that they had. I forgot the name of it, but it was a neighborhood app, like for this neighborhood in DC called Columbia Heights. But probably like 100% liberal, like, you know, like anywhere else in DC, right? But very mixed neighborhoods. You got houses for $1 million where you might walk outside and the dead body be laying there because of the Sun population. The Sun population, they have projects, several projects within that corridor, but it's surrounded by like residential housing. With, like I said, some of the houses are $1 million, $900,000. You got white people walking the dogs and shit and picking up the shit behind the dog. You know what I mean? And then you got niggas with pit bulls that'll let the dog shit there and walk off like nothing happened. So it's like that type of neighborhood, right? and they had a server like where they would talk about, the crime, and it's all white people on the server. What is it called? Popville, yeah, Popville, Prince of Popville, yeah, and the white people were always talking about we need more vice units, we need the gang unit. They would talk about the latest town hall or the latest ANC neighborhood advisory meeting where they were discussed this thing, turning up the lights brighter on the street lights at night so that the neighborhood is brighter, so that hopefully crime that'll stop crime. About getting robbed all the time. They will be talking about just the perils of living around some people all the time on this right on this website on and these are liberals, right? 2020 rolled around, right? Dude who owned the thing shut down the comment section, so you couldn't comment on it anymore. You couldn't comment anymore. So it was just like basically just stories of what happened, of the different crimes that were happening in the neighborhood. But he shut it down because he didn't want to those white people, like, it wasn't the time. It was a time for solidarity. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the time for white people talking about what was really going on. So, but yeah, and all those people vote Democrat up and down the ballot. If all those people do everything you guys say that liberal cucks do, but on their little website, they were talking about basically living in hell. You know what I mean? And they're liberals. That's why I said earlier, everybody knows. Everybody knows, man.
Yeah, everybody knows. I think what we differentiate is why are some people committing all this violent crime, right? Some people believe that it's because of, history, right? Segregation, Jim Crow, X, Y, and Z. Others believe that it seems to be a behavior, a personality thing, right? A DNA thing.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to my man, Baby King. Yeah, I mean, I think that's another thing too. Like, if the conversation people openly start discussing DNA and IQ, you know what I mean? Like, because if as long as you not touching that, man,
right?
And we see it more on Twitter, but if white people just can't be like, because here's the thing, it does. It gives the Sun Man a break. Like, think about if the Sun Man had just the same empathy and gratification deferment and social, just skills as everybody else, and he acted like this, and he's a fucking asshole. But if he has a lower IQ, and if he can't defer gratification, and if he has impulse control issues, then that makes it more sympathetic. It's like, oh, he's not an asshole. He just has this, and this. So actually, those things are actually a good thing to talk about. Because those people who say, well, the only difference is but hair texture and skin color, they're basically saying that sons are fucking raging assholes. The people who are saying, well, it's DNA and IQ, are saying, hey, no, there's a reason why they act like that. That's beyond their control. They can't control it. They're not liable for it.
Yeah.
And if it was the other way around,
no guys in
the other way around, where the sons have the highest IQ, we wouldn't hear the end of it.
Right. What's the shout out to Baby King, man? He said that word don't belong to anyone. Shout out to Baby King, man. Baby King in the building, man.
It used to belong to the Gliders.
Go ahead. Let Burner count have the floor.
Well, first of all, we already do hear that. We just hear about like sons being good at athletic stuff, right? So once that argument is made, all of a sudden it becomes a DNA argument, right? I will say though, Ak, what you said, and maybe you already said this before I got on, but did you see the Nick Fuentes interview with the twins?
No.
The Hodge twins?
Yeah, it was about like a week ago or something, and the Hodge twins even agreed on them. They're like, yeah, it's DNA.
Yeah. No, they know it. I watched them. They definitely know. No, they know that.
Yeah, they poke way too much fun.
Is this a new thing, or were they kind of always like that?
No, they've always known that it was
okay.
It was they're silly, and I didn't even get them at first, but as I've watched them over the years, I get their stick more.
They're trolls, like they're trolls about black people, essentially.
They're very silly. They're very like, and they play stupid, almost like kind of like Bill and Ted, Excellent Adventure type shit. Man, they are based.
Well, I think actually part of it is they're mulattoes. I think that's part of it, and they don't really let that on or make that clear as much. But like they
talk about it enough.
Okay,
they talk about it enough. If you watch 5 or 10 of their videos, you'll know they'll mention it within that time frame.
Okay.
Their vibration.
But yeah, no, like they just I was kind of shocked actually. They're just talking with Nick Fuentes, and Nick is like, look, blacks are just more violent and it's genetic. And the Hodge twins are like, yeah, I agree. It's probably just an IQ thing, and blacks have lower IQ. It's not every black, but they have. So I was like shocked.
Yeah. They're based. And listen, it's not every black. If you count like if you look at the bell curve, it's not every black that has a low IQ. It's just a distribution. It's just when you get to the higher IQs, there's less blacks there. Far less.
Do you think like so they basically just said, yeah, it's the bell curve, which is the most accurate way to present it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Do you think that would be an easier way to have sons come around to it? Like
because when the bell curve came out, I remember when it came out, I was a kid, and there was no social media, and the uproar and the outrage in the Sun community was palpable, and there was no social media. Think about it. Like, there's no social media, and you could feel, and you knew that the Sun community was outraged about that book.
Right. I guess what I'm saying is if we have Elon Musk and we have Nick Fuentes and we have people talking more about this stuff, do you think it stands a better chance of like getting the feet off the ground if you present it as like, don't say blacks are just gorillas, like
for white people or for black people?
Really for both, to be honest.
No, for black people, you gotta remember, having a low IQ makes you emotional.
That's true.
Hearing that you're not smart piques your emotion, and also black leaders. Black people like leaders, right? We follow leaders, whereas like whites are more individualistic, right? Like that new next generation dude, like he could, black people could listen to him, right? Dr. Umar and shit like that, right? So we follow leaders, and our leaders have low IQs, and our leaders have poor impulse control because they're black.
Right. That's true.
And our leaders are not like a different class. They're not like
no, not at all.
They're the next generation guy. They were pimped 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, like, your leaders are like 5 IQ points at most above the black average. Like they're right in the same fucking bucket. Right. But I will say though, like on that interview on YouTube, and first of all, the fact that didn't get taken down is already quite miraculous. So like I'm just shocked. But in the comments, it seemed like there was a lot of comments that basically said, yeah, I'm black and I mostly or entirely agree with this.
I'm black and I'm murderous.
Also, like you'll find more conservative blacks online, like amongst the YouTube population, like the manosphere. Those guys are more likely to be conservative than the general black population. The black dudes that talk politics online are more likely to be conservative than in the general population. But like if you were to like my stepfather had a party like 3 weeks ago, right? And I couldn't make it, but I was on FaceTime and I had everybody passing the phone around, right? There were like 80 people there. Of those 80 people, and you know me, I'm just trolling them because they were getting on me about losing their jobs because a couple of them might lose their jobs because of the federal, because you know Trump did the, you know, cut back on the federal government, and of course they all live in DC, so it's like so it's a lot going on down there with the people in DC are very mad at Trump now. So I'm just talking to them, trolling, blah, blah, blah. And listen, I would say 100% of them feel like Karmelo Anthony didn't do anything wrong. 100% of them feel like Trump is a racist. 100% of them agree with everything that is said that, you know, by the black left or whatever. And they all think I'm absolutely, positively nuts. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and these are regular black people. These aren't like people these are people that may be on Facebook. Like their version of online is Facebook. They're not really like Twitter, you know, or you know what I'm saying? They may check out the shade room every once in a while, but they're just regular life black people. The black people that are just regular life black people. You know what I mean? And all of them are like literally Kamala's black as Whoopi Goldberg to them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like
well, one drop rule and everything.
No, but what I'm saying is they'll still like if Kamala stole their man, they'll be like she ain't black. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, they're just like part of the hive, completely hypocritical. Just basically fucking cunts, basically, like just awful. Motherfuckers.
If they were in the beauty pageant and Kamala won, they'd be like she wasn't black.
Yeah, exactly. No, you're right. That's 97% of black people for sure. And well, here's the thing. Like, I'm not convinced that even of the quote unquote conservative black people, I think even 90% of them would rally against the bell curve. And I think actually that seems to be kind of the crux of the issue for the conservative black. Like they can agree on basically everything else other than race, like Jason Whitlock. And he lashed out against Nick Fuentes. And we just can't live together for the most part. But I don't know, man. I mean, maybe it would be different if we had like an army of mulattoes that kind of like, you know, acted as the mediator to have Sun folk maybe come to understand that like the bell curve is a real thing. But I mean, I don't know any half black people, but I got to imagine a good portion of them probably feel this way because they can just quite literally see the difference in their daily lives.
I find that they're the craziest.
No, that's a fucking stereotype. Come on.
But the problem with mulattoes is, right, like there's more power for them in being black than it is for being white, right? So if you're a mulatto, you're like the upper crust of the black community. But if you're white, if you're a mulatto and you're white, you're just a
nig. Yeah, you're just a fucking
yeah. So it's like I would choose if I was a mulatto and I could choose.
Yeah, big fish in a small pond.
Yeah, exactly.
But that may be true, but deep down they clearly see the difference. They must be aware of it.
They definitely know the difference. They definitely know the difference. Yeah.
Maybe it takes a Hodge twins and a Nick Fuentes and a podcast to get that to, you know, come out of them. But
power, one thing about it, power, when you can have power, like you said, a big fish in a small pond, that's too intoxicating.
Yeah, it's a lure. You know, it's nice to have.
And especially when it's not like slavery. Now, if there was like slavery, then of course, they'd abandon the black ship. But when you're like literally people tiptoe around you and you're like baby you and handle you with kid gloves as black people are in America, why would a mulatto trade that when you can be the king of that group that's treated like that?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I don't know.
Bring slavery back, and all the mulattoes are gonna. Every mulatto's gonna buy shit. Motherfuckers that are brown skin.
Yeah.
You like it all white. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Bring back the whipping post and the fucking goddamn chains and shit. But like that's not. There's none of that going on, and none of that's even in the.
They would love it.
I mean,
Yeah.
one thing I will say is it there's the Nick Fuentes. There like these types of kind of race pill or race pill adjacent topics seem to be more spoken about. Like even like the fucking some of these academic Jews are talking about the IQ thing, and like Amy Wax and John McWhorter and those folks. Like it is a thing that like it's just becoming impossible to ignore.
Amy Wax is like she's an OG of this, right? Like
yeah, she's like the good Jew, quote unquote.
Yeah, and listen, she's punished for that severely, right?
Oh yeah.
Like,
oh yeah.
Her career, she's gonna go down in as like just a terrible person, but she stood her fucking ground, man.
Yeah,
she's this woman. She's like this woman, Joan of Arc. She's like her. She's just like fuck it, man. What call you nigga? All right, fuck you, then, nigga. Like she knows it's like it's just like sometimes people just get fed up. You know what I'm saying? And it's not any more deeper than that. Like sometimes we try to make it deep and everything. Sometimes you just like, well, fuck you then. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it's just like the man behind the curtain. Just pull the damn curtain, and then you're good. Like that's what it is. But even Amy Wax managed to get like John McWhorter and Glenn Lowry to acknowledge. Personally, I think both of them
Glenn Lowry
now.
Yeah, well, Ben McWhorter writes for the Times, so he's kind of he's falling back off of that. John Glenn Lowry appears on the Bill Maher show, so he's falling back a little bit too. They both fallen back off their hard line. They both were hard. They were the two hardest academics when it came to race realism. But they've had to fall back.
If you watch Glenn Lowry's, if he's got like a small YouTube channel, right? And
I watch them.
You'll see his videos where he's talking with John McWhorter, and just the way they pose the questions, you can kind of tell by their mannerisms that they, are kind of like conceding the debate. But John McWhorter himself, in my mind, kind of has conceded it, but he's kind of done a thing where he's like, okay, we don't have any evidence to suppose we're all equal, but here's why we shouldn't look for the evidence in the first place and why it's just a bad idea. That's a fucking admission, don't you think?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
That's as much as you're going to get out of a black. So
yeah, it's like if you think your girl's cheating, but you don't want to, you just don't want to know. You're better off living without, your heart can't take the pain.
Yeah,
finding out that she's actually cheating. So you just ignore it.
It's not apparent to me, though, that Glenn Lowry can't take the pain, because when he speaks to John McWhorter, it seems to me he's even more closer to the race pill. He
is.
He just kind of says, hey, look, man, there's no reason why this can't be the case, and it's just that simple.
Yeah, and listen, man, anybody who broaches it, you're going to have that eureka moment because it explains everything so well.
Of course.
You know what I mean? It's like something, when you're dealing with something that you haven't been able to explain, and then it's something that literally explains it perfectly.
It excites you.
You can't help if you're especially if you're an academic, someone who seeks knowledge, someone who has always been trained to use the scientific method and search and educate themselves, you can't help but to delve deeper. Like listen, man, if you had a pain in your finger, right? And your finger was just hurting for a long time. And then like you were looking online to try to figure it out, you couldn't figure it out. You went to the doctor, your doctor, of course, the doctor's gonna say, oh, it's probably just nothing, just come back in 3 months. And then you know what I'm saying? And you come back in 3 months and the finger's still hurting.
Yeah.
And then somebody somebody just says, oh, your finger, oh yeah, that happened to me too. Do you drink Senka coffee? It's like, yeah, I drink Senka. It's like, yeah, no, something in Senka that make your finger hurt. And then you're like, oh shit. And then you stop drinking Senka for a week and your finger stops hurting. And then you're like, that explained it perfectly.
Well, not only like when you say perfectly, like you're also not even exaggerating. Like it's a very, very like 99.99% explanation. Like it passes the whole test, checks all the boxes.
So,
So,
you
like,
can't help but a normal person is gonna be like, yo, it was the Senka that had my finger hurting. A normal, but an academic is definitely gonna say that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's fucking difficult to ignore because, like, at least with the Asians, for example, it is kind of weird. It's like, these people test a bit higher, but they didn't create shit. So, it's like, maybe it's not entirely the best.
Then you look at where they test. Then you look at where they test high at and where they test low at.
True, that's also true.
They test very low in innovation. I mean, extremely low. They're like innovative morons.
Yeah, they're like robots.
Yeah.
Well, do you know who Lawrence Cross is?
No.
Astrophysicist?
He's a Juice Crew physicist who's like kind of like one of the horsemen of the atheist movement. No, but anyways, he was like in a debate with a Christian guy, and Lawrence Cross is, basically saying the Bible's a bunch of bullshit, and the Christian guy, somewhere in the argument, the Christian guy brought up, oh, you're like Amy Wax, and you're saying, and she's racist and thinks this about black people. Then Cross is just like, no, she's not racist. And I was kind of shocked to hear like someone just reflexively push back on that, where I don't think it would be that way even 5 years ago.
Right, definitely. Shout out to Big Larry in the building, man. MTN Vortex says, great drink on me this morning, you big beautiful bastard. Thanks for the grape drink, man. Yeah, man, but at the end of the day, man, anybody who has been wondering, because you gotta like look at this story right here, right?
A Fox 5 exclusive now we're continuing to dig into. It involves a video showing teenagers fighting in front of a yard of a home.
Okay, so teenagers fighting. In your mind, everybody, in your mind, because we all hear things, our minds work like that. Teenagers fighting. What race do you think they are?
Like, not only do I know they're black, like I think they're wearing skinny jeans. Maybe they have dreads. Like I have a full like silhouette profile in my mind.
Right. So all of us, and it could be white kids, but all of us are thinking that it's black kids, right?
Yeah. You bet on the odds.
Yeah, all of us are thinking that it's black kids, right?
Well, you're thinking of two kids, so chances are one of them's black.
No,
you've been socially engineered to think that the media.
No, this isn't a fight. This is a massive brawl. It's a massive brawl at bus stop.
Yeah, it's a bunch of black kids.
Yeah.
A Fox 5 exclusive now we're continuing to dig into. It involves a video showing teenagers fighting in front of a yard of a home not too far from Potomac High School.
Yeah, neighbors there say it's just a constant issue, and they're certainly concerned somebody could get hurt or even killed. Stephanie?
It's a constant issue. Where's the school with white kids where fighting is a constant issue? Not saying that there ain't gonna be a fight here or there. When fighting's a constant issue. Where's that white school?
No, it doesn't exist, and that explains the reaction white people had when Carmelo Anthony killed Austin Metcalf, because every white person in America understood that was supposed to be a fucking shoving match and end at that.
Ramirez is out in that Oxon Hill neighborhood this morning. Well, what the school district has to say, Steph.
And good morning. First, I want to point out this is Potomac High School that's involved. Neighbors frustrated with the students' behaviors. Now, behind me, there is a group right now hanging out further down about 2 blocks away. We did call the school at around 7:45 to let them know there was still a group here, because it's our understanding high school has already started their day, but they're still out here. So it's behaviors like this and more that neighbors are frustrated with, speaking out. They believe that this has all led to the violence caught on a home surveillance video camera yesterday. We have some of that video to show you. This was a fight and chaos. It's happening around 2:30 in the afternoon
And
yesterday.
this area is a suburb. This is in PG County, the second richest black county in the country. And I promise you, if this was not a black neighborhood, by the way it looks and the way it appears, the size of the houses and the space between the houses and the size of the amenities and the, just the tree structure, tree line, where everything is, this could be probably like a gated community. But since black people live there, it's literally no different than DC. Like no different. Like you could not, if you were not from DC and you would just travel around DC, you would not know you weren't in DC anymore. But if you're from DC, you know you're in PG. But it's the same. It's just the same because it's black people. They're just the same. They just basically like Beverly Hillbillies. Remember Beverly Hillbillies? It would be like just like how like they turned that into the hillbilly, the you know what I'm saying? But it's just like that. It's like Beverly Hillbillies. That's exactly the comp for pre-PG County.
Telling Fox 5
I remember the song.
At the high school, again around the corner, and then apparently somehow spilled over near the P12 bus stop near Wheeler Road and Leland Drive. Now, these are minors involved, so we're blurring out the faces in the video. But we are speaking with people who asked not to be named due to fears of retaliation. And they tell Fox 5 this is a constant issue, especially around the bus stop. They also say there's loitering problems with students smoking weed. Our colleague Shamari Stone spoke with a witness who says about 24 students were involved in an incident yesterday that started with 2 girls as others cheered, laughed, and recorded.
And that's another thing. Where's the white community where probably half to the majority of the fights involve girls? Where's the white community where 10% of the fights involve women?
That is like a Sun hallmark. Like women are not supposed
assaulting in the bathroom.
Did they?
Assaulting women in the bathroom.
Yeah. Salute to Bug Off. He says, "Hey, video request, chat music, right in the they thems. Chat music right in the they thems." All right, I'll check it out. Yeah, like black women fight so much. Like the black girls that I know, the black girls that and not all of them. Not all of them. There's this subset that but the black girls that are put like this: half of black girls, 50% of black girls have been in 10 or more of these in their life. 50% of them have been in 10 or more though.
Yeah, because the majority of them are like black sugar. I said black sugar, brown sugar. Or Memphis Mommy, I should say. But I don't know his name.
But here's the thing too, though. Like, if you're a girl and you live in this area, you better know how to fight. Even if you no matter how old, no matter what you are like deep down inside, you better know how to fight. You could be Mother Teresa. You could be, You know what I'm saying? You could be fucking goddamn, you know what I'm saying? The salt of the earth. You better know how to fight.
Yeah, and we're tasking John McWhorter here to look at a video like this and go, okay, either this is caused by white people are the reason why this is the way it is, or perhaps maybe groups of people that were separated for like 50,000 years, evolutionarily speaking, just are different.
More than that.
More than that.
More than 50. Yeah, 50,000 years is a snap of the finger. It took more than 50,000 years for us to get this different.
And so, like any fucking reasonable, honest person. So, in this context, Amy Wax or John McWhorter is no different from us or from any average Joe. No one could look at this and honestly think that groups are the same. It just is against all intuition.
Yeah, because we hadn't been through the stone. You got to remember, we hadn't been through the Bronze Age, right? So the Bronze Age is the first one, right?
Suns didn't go through any age.
No, but what I'm saying, the Bronze Age isn't 50,000 years. The Bronze Age is longer than 50,000 years. And then you have the Iron Age. So we didn't go through the Bronze Age. We didn't go through the Iron Age. So how many years how long are those ages?
I don't know. I don't have a PhD on it, but I know
well, it's longer than 50,000 years, right?
It's a long ass fucking time, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like,
and not only that, I've been reading like they're starting to modify the out of Africa theory, and it's possible some groups left and then came back in, and so I think the distance
out of Africa is total horseshit.
Yeah, it's horseshit.
Regardless of the competing opinions, I think what's coming out about it is that the genetic distance is actually larger than previously thought.
Yeah, it has to be. It would have to be because the differences would have to be encoded into the genome, and in order for our hair to be kinky coily, and every other group, Filipino, Arab, Native American, white, Eskimo, every other group on the planet hair to be straight, and ours be the only one to be like that, it would have to take, it couldn't, you know what I'm saying? It would have to take more than 50,000 years for that. Because we're so different. Like blacks are so different. And thank God we can mate with. I think that that's the only, I said that before, the only thing that makes us the same as other groups, other than of course being able to like talk and shit like that, is being able to reproduce with the other groups.
That's like a criteria for anything to be the same species, basically.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you said that, you'd get in trouble. But if you said it for any other mammal, you wouldn't.
We're very different. We're very different. Like we're very different. And listen, man, it's not all bad. It's not all bad. It's not all bad. It's just that when you're dealing with society in a structured society, it highlights those differences more because the structure is going to highlight anything. If you put a fucking gate around a fucking bunch of squirrels, it's going to highlight their nature. Something's going to happen. They're going to try to get away. They're going to do something. Like any form of structure highlights, it separates the wheat from the chaff, like that. You know what I'm saying? It's going to do that. So societies do that, man. And whenever you put us in society, like across the board, we have the lowest scores in this, the lowest scores in that, the highest rates in this, highest rates in that. And listen, first in everything bad and last in everything good.
Besides dunking a ball, yeah, basically.
Right, but even if you look at basketball, with first the lowest level of basketball is the players, and the highest level will be the owners, right? Because in order for there to be a league, you would have to have the league. You know what I'm saying? Or else you're just playing pickup ball, right? So when it comes to the league, the bottom is the players and the top is the
Yeah.
owners.
Well, no,
And
that's why I said dunking the ball. I physically described the action, not
Yeah.
anything beyond it.
Right. So it's like so like we're first in everything bad and last in everything good. And that's because of this is not our society.
Correct.
This is not where we're supposed to be in. You know what I mean? We're not supposed to be here.
Well, that distance also implies, so not only does it imply distance between gliders and suns, right? It also implies more of a closeness of all the other groups that left, right? And I think that can also get highlighted because other groups seem to like acclimate into other groups' societies with easier, basically. Like a Chinaman can come here and not act like a savage black person, like so.
But he's still
It
going to be
implies
different.
that the other groups are closer to each other than any one of them is to the black group, basically.
Right. And listen, the blacks we could benefit from this because we got to skip the Stone Age, and we got to skip the Bronze Age and Iron Age, and we were just hand delivered. Like we got to, it's basically we got accepted to college without taking all the courses, right? Basically, we got DEI'd into the future, right? But what we
you don't have
here,
the cheat sheet, and you need it to score well in the exam. So if we take the cheat sheet away,
but it's just like going to Harvard. Like it's like basically if you take a kid from a poor school in the hood, and he makes like this whatever he makes, but you put him in Harvard, even though you put him he's in Harvard, now he has to do the Harvard workload and homework, and he's going to flunk out in the semester because even though you put him in Harvard, he still needed to take those AP classes in high school to be prepared for Harvard.
Yeah, you can't skip steps.
You can't skip steps. So we skipped steps, and now we're here in the future, and we need to go through the million years of the Iron Bronze Age, and then another 500,000 years of that age, because that would have encoded that into our DNA and encoded that into our genome.
yeah. See, the first part of what you said is basically what Thomas Sowell says, and then the last part he doesn't say. So it seems like a lot of sons can kind of get there, but not quite. And we just, unless you're the Hodge twins, apparently, we just don't have like sons that can just outwardly say like we're different, unless of course we're talking about sports and the BBC and all that shit.
Yeah, even the BBC, like that's a big difference. Like I mean, like that even if you want to talk about that, like shit, that's a difference. There's a difference, man. That's a difference. it's palpable. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm not saying that it's kind of like the bell curve. Every son man don't have a BBC, but it's like is the spectrum, the what they call it, dispersion. More are in that range than not.
I mean, this is kind of homo that we're talking about this, but who cares?
But no, that's encoded into the genome. That's what I'm saying. Like it's not like
it's like any other body part.
Yeah, it's not like something where it's like an idea or a custom. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's not like it's in your genome.
Yeah,
like
and
even if you don't like think about it, even if you don't have a BBC, you could have a son with a BBC because you have the BBC gene. Just like how like Asians have the math gene. You say you find an Asian who's terrible at math. If he has a kid with another Asian woman, the likelihood of that kid being terrible at math is probably like 1 in a million because it's in their genome.
No. That's not how it works.
I think so.
No. It's just about simply like relative allele frequency. So like an
Yeah,
Asian
same thing. Yeah, exactly.
But there's not like an Asian gene where if like you look at it under the microscope, it has the words Asian on it, and they have like a monopoly on. It's just like relative frequencies are different. That's all.
Right.
So
express, but the genes express in outward appearance and inside and internal though. Like they you gonna look like an Asian. If an Asian have a baby with an Asian, he's gonna look like an Asian.
Well, okay, hold on. No, but that's because people that we call Asian have a 100% monopoly on the allele frequencies that cause them to outwardly have like a flat face and all that shit, whereas they do not have a frequency of alleles that give them like a monopoly on being really short or being really good at math. You see what I'm saying?
But no, they do because whatever, because just like you say that we call them Asians, we call math. But whatever skills make you more likely to be good at math, they have all of those skills.
Right, but they don't have a monopoly on it. That's why you can have an Asian person that looks Asian and is bad at math, and an Asian person that looks Asian that is good at math.
Yeah, but like you can't explain that like 90% of the perfect scores on the SAT are Asians. Like you can't. That ain't something that you can just explain away. Like that's something to that.
Right, but it's not.
Jensen Huang said, the CEO of NVIDIA, he said 50% of all of our AI researchers in America are Chinese.
Right, and they're like what 4% of the population.
Right.
So you got. I think you gotta. There's something to that, man. That's not nothing.
Right, but it's not. So like the reason why we call black people black is because it's kind of like a shorthand term that we use to refer to a group of people with a certain genetic ancestry. And because every single one of them is dark skinned with curly hair, we call them black people for that reason. Because genetically, every single one of them has a very high allele frequency that causes them to have dark skin. But that explains why they all quote unquote look the same, and same with white people. But for example, like not every white person has blue eyes. The allelic frequency for blue eyes is very, very high in the white race, but not all of us have it, and not all of us are tall. You get what I'm saying?
Right, but there's certain things that more common than others.
Yes, correct.
So like yeah, blue eyes may be a less common trait than like the ability to perform repetitive tasks. Like maybe the ability to perform repetitive tasks may be in like 90% of Asians, and blue eyes may be in like 4% of Asians. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like it just I think that like you can't, like when things show up over and over again like that, you can't ignore it.
What you're saying is correct, but I'm just trying to make the argument that like Asian people aren't smart because they're Asian. They're smart for any reason, for the same reason why anyone
You're saying
else
they aren't smart because they look Asian.
Correct. That's what I'm trying to like make clear here. Like
they're smart because they're smart because they internally have that Asian thing.
They have a higher frequency for intelligence genes that are associated with an Asian population, but genes themselves aren't like interconnected in any reasonable way. It's not like there's like a connection for being very, very smart and also looking Asian.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm an expert at that, but I do know that like when things show up over and over again, you can pretty much bang on it, man. Like for instance, like blacks, we have the ability, like they say, a black person with a low IQ doesn't appear to be, or a black person, like say a black person with a 60 IQ, you could know them and not know that they're retarded. A white person with a 60 IQ, they basically like a fucking retard. They can't even fucking tie their shoes. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
No, I
Because they don't
understand
have the other traits.
Yeah, the other traits that you typically associate with those groupings of people. No, I get what
Yeah,
you're saying.
the black dude is gonna have the Dunning-Kruger. He's gonna be confident. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be more confident than somebody with his intelligence should be. The black dude is gonna be able to use language in a, you know, in a be more comfortable, be a better speaker, public speaker. You know what I'm saying? Black dude is gonna be, you know what I mean? You know, just different things that would make you think, make you not, you know, from a distance, see somebody like is a retard.
Yeah, but a white person could also have those things.
Neurotic. The white person's gonna be neurotic and with a 60 IQ and still neurotic. He's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna be fucking stiff and shit. And you know what I mean? He's gonna be like, you know, he's gonna think about, he's gonna weigh the odds, and he's gonna be, you know, reserved. And it's gonna be, you're gonna be like, yo, something wrong with that dude. But the black dude gonna be like, "What's up, man? How you doing?" Ain't shit.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to like bring up like a topic like religion or politics to find out he's a moron. But if you just shooting the Willy Bobo with him, just a breeze, you're not gonna know he's a moron.
Well, yeah, because those traits are typically higher in frequency in black folks. So like they mask the
white dude's gonna be like, "Huh? What? What do you
exactly,
mean?"
yeah.
Like, oh, all right, dude. I'll see you later, man.
Also, like this type of video, imagine a John McWhorter or an Amy Wax, 30, 40 years ago when they still had their hair and shit. I mean, I think the panel here could surely appreciate that the longer time goes by in America, the more it's kind of on the sons, and the more their behavior, I think, is therefore explained and predicted by the genetic differences, because it's not Jim Crow anymore. It's not slavery. You know what I'm saying?
It was never any of that, though. It was never any of that, because slavery was practiced throughout the history of time. If slavery, what about white slavery, the least brutal slavery in the world, would make sons act the way they did in the most brutal slavery in the world?
Oh, no. It's not that we here at Awk Nation, we're based. We know slavery has fucking nothing to do with it, basically. However,
slavery is as much of life as farming. Slavery is as much of life as fucking eating and shit like that. Once they say prostitution was the first profession. Man, slave trading, slave raiding was the first profession, and then that's how they made the prostitutes.
and not only that, like they exaggerate like the dangers of slavery, and like to pretend that like white folks were just walking around with like AK-47s everywhere, like just making sure sons were doing everything. Like, no, that's not how it worked. Like, but anyways, like I'm talking from the liberal perspective. The longer time goes on, it becomes more and more difficult to not concede to the DNA argument. Like if we have a video like this 1,000 years from now and nothing's changed, yeah, you like, how the fuck else do you explain it? So, Amy Wax and John McWhorter.
Nothing will change in 1,000 years. It's going to, in order for traits and shit to change, nothing is going to change. The only thing that's going to change is just like what happened in America. Society changed. So They said, okay, well, let's
Let's change
Okay,
society
so
for these
let's
people's
change
needs.
society. Yeah, exactly. Society will change, but and society will continue to change throughout. And society has changed throughout the eons and shit. But as far as like going through a stone age and we skipped too many steps, man. We're here, man.
Yeah,
and
you need a time machine.
That's why I tell black people, man, just enjoy life, man. Enjoy life in America, man. Enjoy life in America. Don't spend all your time complaining about everything. Don't spend all your time wishing and dissatisfied, disgruntled. Be happy about, like this computer, the air conditioner, like all these things that you would not even have thought of. All these things that if someone in your village had thought of it, we would have all killed them, burned them at the stake. You know what I'm saying? Like all these
Yeah,
things.
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Just be happy. You here, man. It's a miracle, man.
It's a miracle, and well, also I would say it seems like it's, it makes sense. Like if sons were going to act like Europeans, that would imply that they went through a European evolutionary path in a different environment.
Yep.
So justice is balanced. Like everything is working here in a rational, predictable way, in my opinion, at least. Like there's no trickery or like sleight of hand going on. It just everything kind of fits in. If you move yourself over to the DNA argument.
Yeah, man. Any final thoughts, man?
No, just salute to the nation.
Thanks, Zach.
I got a
Can
question.
you just do a final check on Shiloh
Shiloh.
after nearly 4 hours? Let's see if she's eclipsed Carmelo's 520.
Yeah, what's going on here? Like this girl got
Ooh,
attacked by
getting
a
there.
sun baby or something?
490. Yeah.
Getting there.
Just go ahead back and watch the beginning of the video, man. Or
Okay.
yesterday's video. Same black time, same black channel. I'm out of here. Subscribe.
Peace.